I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Double A Squad, what's good? It's Ryan here. Kelly. It's episode 99.
99.
I've been making jokes. I don't know if we'll make it to 100. And I made one joke and somebody goes, seriously? I'm like, oh, okay, so we're teetering that badly then.
And then I walk in today.
Mm-hmm. First thing.
Ryan, you want to quit?
Yeah.
You want to quit?
Yeah, pretty much.
Quit
How are
what?
you? How are you? Oh, I'm pretty good. How are you? Not bad. You want to quit?
Quit what?
Tight. Tight.
99.
Yeah.
Every time we get done there, the old intro starts, I wait for that record scratch with some new innovative plug-in thing that you may put in.
No, not.
I was really feeling it today. I'm like, it's coming. Here comes the scratch. Here it comes. For 99, one away. We're going to make it, man.
If I was smart, I'd sit around and, come up with a clip show or something of everything that we've done over 99 episodes. But
Well, if I was smart, I'd figure out a way to be more invested in this thing.
Yeah, as your son is literally calling you out to the floor.
My son totally called me out. He's like, hey, man, do you do anything for the podcast? I'm like, no. Ryan's got the room.
Yeah.
Most of the equipment. I have a mic.
He shows up.
I show up.
Pulls the cigarette out of his mouth, throws it on the ground, stomps it into my carpet, and says, let's go.
Yes, I do. And then I light another one just to have it. I light another one just to let her burn during the podcast. Just there.
Just to kind of get that haze that goes on in the room where you're like, all right, cool.
Right.
Kind of like that 1950s-esque reporter noir style thing.
So if you notice from episode 1 through 10 to 99, as my voice continues to deepen, it's it's the Marlboro effect. Oh, welcome back, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. A little bit of a hiatus. You took a vacation. That's okay. Perfect time to do it. It's a slow time of year. Historically, you can go back and look at not only this show, but plenty of other people that have been in the sports media for a long time, that this is the deadest time of the year. We're literally sitting at the MLB All-Star break, so they're not playing any games. Normally, you don't have a FIFA World Cup action going on because that only happens every 4 years. So we would literally be sitting here with the only active sports thing going on being, I think, Wimbledon that just wrapped up last weekend and some WNBA stuff.
Sure.
And then trying to pull at strings with some of the, well, you'll see the strings that we're pulling at today with some of the other topics that we're talking about, because we will get into the recent list that ESPN released where it is these anonymous votes that come in from the execs and GMs about who's the best quarterback in the league. So they tally up those ballots, and then they're like, hey, this is who we think number one is aggregately and all that other stuff.
They're coming.
So that's kind of what we got. We could talk about LeBron for another 20 minutes again about him kind of controlling the narrative and wanting to be a part of all of that and whatever else. But we'll go over.
Jordan would never. Jordan would never. The GOAT, Jordan would never.
Never mind the 5-part documentary that he agreed to put on as long as it put him in a good light.
Listen, he had a gambling addiction. He had to step away
that
for a
may
little
or may
bit.
not have gotten his dad killed.
Life comes at you fast, Ryan. Comes at you fast.
Especially when you're not looking.
Exactly. Hey, you know what? Huge shout out, before we get into all the goods here, huge shout out to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Huge shout out. Telling you, I've been off the grid. I told you I've been off the grid about a week and a half. Took the fam, went up to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Phenomenal location, great vacation, like amazing, simply amazing. I truly believe it's the Black Hills on steroids.
Hashtag Zen.
Hashtag Coeur d'Alene. Yes.
Spell it, can't, won't.
I mean, you're in a semi-mountainous region, and we actually did an 18.2 mile bike ride. Not e-bikes.
Couldn't make it the other 0.3 to make it an 18
Well,
and a half, huh?
we had to drive to a location.
Yeah, no wonder you come in saying, hey, you want to quit.
They drop
Can't
us up.
even get to 18 and a half. Got to go 18.2.
Listen, my son gave us solid advice that we need to argue more, and you are well on your way right now. You're going to piss me off within 5 minutes of this episode. But we actually knocked out an 18.2 mile bike ride, no e-bikes, pedaled that bad boy.
Uh-huh.
Predominantly flat. I think total elevation gain was maybe 300 feet. Great ride. Saw a moose right next to the trail, but huge lake.
Sure, Teddy Roosevelt rode one of those.
A moose?
Yeah.
That's right field.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow. Yeah.
How many people you know ride moose?
How many people know that freaking fact?
A lot, about 40 more now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we are educational.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out to Coeur d'Alene. A lot to do. Great family atmosphere. Not something where the parents have fun and the kids are bored, or vice versa. None of that stuff. Like, there's a little bit of everything. Yeah. You can kayak, you can boat, huge lake. I was expecting something pretty expensive when you got into town, when you physically got into town, looking for restaurants, doing whatever. I was thinking, oh boy,
touristy trap.
This might be a little bit, not at all.
$25 hamburger.
No. No, you can knock it out.
$28 if you want cheese.
No, you can get burger, fries, the whole shitteroo, man, for like $14. It was kind of a real deal.
Yeah.
Real deal. Yeah. But great trip, great place. Will go back.
Did you guys stay in a cabin?
We did not. So took an enclosed trailer so we could bring all of our gear, tents, kayaks, the whole crapperoo. Brought an enclosed trailer, knocked her down on a site, set up 2 tents, stayed in tents, but they had shower rooms and they had all the good stuff, right? So we didn't...
Air mattress?
No, actually, hashtag not a sponsor, Coleman camping cot.
How was that on the old spine?
Amazing.
Really?
Amazing.
Wow.
I might leave my bedroom periodically to sleep on that cot.
Not by choice, because your wife doesn't want you in there.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit, like a fair combination of both.
Yeah.
Camping cots, man.
Yeah.
So tent number 2, that had an air mattress down, but tent number 1, it was 3 of us in there. We set up 3 camping cots. It was great. It was
all singles, just little twinners.
Yeah, what are they? 30? What are they, like 34 inches?
So
wide?
basically, you slept with no one beside you, is what you're saying.
Beside me, but they were barely arm's length away.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. But big enough cot. Hashtag Coleman. You can flip on your side.
Gary Coleman.
And you don't tip over.
Oh.
You won't tip over. Now, granted, my cot seemed to make a little more noise than everybody else's, but that's to be expected.
Yeah.
I'm stretching the fabric a little more than the other 2.
A more sturdy frame, some would say.
Yeah. Sturdy frame. Yeah. 350 capability on that thing. So I've got some room to really pack it on.
Yeah. Nice.
Really do.
So you and your wife could both get on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eat,
and that can stop right there.
And
that can stop right there. We are a PG show. And I told you, man, it wasn't this trip.
The tents are shaking.
Tents are shaking, babies making? No?
Something like that.
No, something like that? Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, we need to stop. I just violated my own rule. Anyway, great trip. We'll go back. Please, I mean, if you and
nobody got flung in the air by a buffalo.
That was awful. Saw that.
Not awful.
While we were there.
Hilarious. Only because the guy's okay.
Yeah. So, saw the video. Yeah. We were actually there, right? And we were having a conversation. Right? You got to hear this.
Total PR moment, though. If you have not seen what we're talking about, you need to go to YouTube, type in Grandpa Yellowstone Bison.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we were having a conversation at our campsite. And obviously, traveling through Montana, getting into Idaho, whatever, there's bear, moose. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's several things that we don't have a plethora, if any, of here, in the hills. So we're having a conversation about, I wonder how many times a bear comes down into this campground, because it's 15 miles away from town.
Yeah.
Right? It's out and it's secluded and it's, treed up and shaded over and everything else. And it's like, I wonder how often we see a bear. Plus, my wife took a little hike and took some photos of some bear scat that was not awfully close to the campground.
What's she going to do with that?
Nothing, just took a picture of it.
Why?
We may have actually chopped it up and put it in some spaghetti in the evening, but I'm not entirely sure. There was a little bit of different taste to the spaghetti, but it is what it is. Anyway, they saw this little bear scat. She took a picture. So we had a conversation about how close. What are you hitting?
Nothing.
Did you hit a button?
No, I didn't.
You were reaching.
I thought
for
about it, but the timing, comedic timing, the time had passed, so I just was like, all right, I'm going to leave it alone.
Way to let it go.
Yeah, I thought about it later.
Way to let it go.
Yeah.
So we're having the conversation about whether or not bears come into the campground. Have they seen them? Da-da-da. We didn't ask anybody, but we asked the question.
Turns out a bear does shit in the woods.
A bear does shit in the woods. And my daughter, at that time, pulls up that clip of Grandpa Guy trying to get around a tree and trying to get away from this thing.
Yeah, doing the old rope-a-dope with the bison.
Yeah, and he lost significantly. But
I mean, we're talking like
good hang time,
8 feet in the air,
solid hang time,
and total like
and the way he
starfish pose type of thing.
The way he opened up and was the revolving starfish was pretty phenomenal. Damn near could have foot landed that thing.
Yeah, not enough rotation.
Close though.
Yeah,
way better than landing on his head, because when he went airborne, I'm like, it's over.
Yeah,
like this guy's spine can't take a direct impact like that. And he looked to be a relatively bigger guy.
Oh yeah, he's
like he didn't
he's
look
solid.
But holy shit.
He was on the news later, kind of having fun with it and whatever else. But
he didn't provoke it, right?
Not really. I mean, they were standing around taking pictures and some other things, and I mean, they just it's just the time of the year. This is when they're kind of doing their mating thing, and they get
get pissed off.
Yeah.
And anything that moves.
It wasn't like the lady in Custer from a few years back that was actively like walking into a herd of buffalo.
Oh my
And then she got
gracious.
her pants taken off by the buffalo's horn, and then it was a whole thing. And
yeah,
no. From what I saw, it was him and another gal and of course, relatable to this show, and not to get off track with the story you were telling, but the Buffalo Bills took advantage of it because the lady he was standing next to was in a Miami Dolphins jersey.
Oh wow, that's PR.
Oh, it's just
that was totally planned.
Perfect setup, right?
Planned.
Yeah, perfect setup. So
well, wasn't there a guy during the motorcycle rally on his little Harley and out might have been like near Wind Cave.
There's always one.
And they were on the road and they had stopped because buffalo crossing the road and doing whatever, and he thought he was going to be a jackwagon and rev his motor up about 3 times and pretty soon him and Bike both airborne from the bull that they missed out of the peripheral vision.
You always miss that one.
You missed the big bull coming, and he let your little Harley look like a toy.
It's kind of like those zombie movies where the zombie just comes out of nowhere and bites him in the neck. And you're like, how did you miss that guy?
Yeah.
Like, they don't move that fast. But
man.
buffalo do move super fast. If you're listening and you've never seen a bison, which is probably what we should be calling them because that's what they are not furry cows. Okay? They're not hairy cows.
Yeah, no.
They're not like really any cow you've ever seen.
No.
It's just kind of a joke when we say that.
Don't pet the brown fluffy cow.
They are more dangerous than probably any other animal that's here in the Black Hills.
And they're angry.
And they're usually always mad.
They're very angry.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
They got some Venom-Closet energy in them, They're just they're always on the verge. They look really innocent sometimes, but then you're like, you step off.
No, man.
One wrong move and it's
they're one souped up creature. Like I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a linebacker hitting that A gap.
And people that own bulls generally they shave down the tips of the horns and they do all that stuff. Yeah. No, not these. These are wild creatures, man, and they've got some legitimate hornage up there.
Horny buggers.
And they're
in
angry.
More ways than one.
Yes, and they're angry, and they do not care what you are in or anything that's around them. They will destroy you. I mean, when they can paw and snort and do their crap and dig damn near a 2 feet hole. Yeah.
But you hear these stupid stories all the time, and I don't really blame this old guy. Based on the video that I saw, it looks like they were just kind of chilling out. They may have gotten too close. It's hard to tell the perspective in the video how close they actually were.
Yeah, the buffalo aren't going to tell you.
Yeah, and they could close that gap like crazy.
Back away, old man.
How many times we got to teach you this lesson?
Back away, asshole. I'm horny and I'm coming.
Whoa.
At you.
But I totally lost where I was going with what I was about to say. But oh no, there's always something. Like every time we hear, and that was in Yellowstone over in Wyoming, which is our neighbor to the west. But people just don't understand. Did you remember the lady or the couple from, this was probably 10, 15 years ago, but they thought the baby bison was cold, so they picked it up and put it in the back of their car?
Oh, that worked out well. Mama found him, didn't they?
Holy cow. Like, how dumb are we?
Holy cow. I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
It's unbelievable. Like, can we just use our brains? Like, these aren't pets. They're not just on display here.
So, as you're aware, my early career, with where I'm still at, had me traveling through Wind Cave 3 days a week.
Yeah.
It never failed. I would drive down through Wind Cave, and I would see tourists pulled over, and it simply, it was clockwork, man. I would see it once a week, if not multiple times a week. Somebody's out of their car, camera in hand, got the old camcorder going.
Yep.
Buffalo laying down, right? Just laying there about 30 feet off the road. And for whatever reason, I don't think they saw the 50,000 freaking signs that said, do not approach buffalo, dangerous, whatever.
Yeah.
They're walking, camcorder going, and they're walking out towards the buffalo. And they're 15, 20, 10 feet away. And all of a sudden, that big mamma jamma starts to get up and shaking all the dirt off and whatever. And they just stand there and they're giggling, ha, ha. I just keep driving, man. I don't want to see the carnage. I don't want to be a witness to anything that's about to happen because I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it happened weekly. And it's like, I don't care where you're from. I don't care where you're from. You want to travel and you want to tour South Dakota, great. Have a great time. But understand, you can look at this animal and you can, I would hope.
Appreciates its majestic.
That, but I hope that you could also look at it and go, I probably shouldn't with that thing. Because it's enormous.
It's
an
wild
SUV. It's a wild animal. It will flip an SUV, man. It's a wild animal.
Yeah.
Why on earth? What goes wrong between your freaking ears and your circuitry that you think you should walk towards one with a camera and just, oh, look at it?
Isn't there an episode of Yellowstone?
Listen.
Isn't there an episode of Yellowstone with that exact descriptor that you just gave? I'm pretty sure there is. Like, it's Costner's driving by and there's tourists doing something and he's like, I wouldn't do that. Get back in your car or something to that effect. And like,
yes.
Yeah.
But it's big from 30 yards away. Just going to get bigger the closer you get. And now you're running yourself out of room. And when you're in Wind Cave, you don't get to hide behind a tree. You don't get to try to run circles and dance around a tree to try to get away from those things. And their ability to stop on a dime and turn direction is phenomenal.
Bulls weigh about 2,000 pounds on average, between 1,600 and 2,000 pounds. They're about 6 feet tall at the shoulder and about 10 to 12 feet long.
Yeah, their ass is about 6 inches wide. Their shoulders are about 4 feet. And they're all head and horn.
They're built like Brian Urlacher.
Right. And the first time one snorts, I would shit myself. And I would be done. I know better. I ride motorcycle, as you're aware, and I've ridden through State Park and
holy buckets, they can get up to 35 to 40 miles an hour.
You bet your ass.
Despite weighing 2,000 pounds, they're incredibly agile. They can outrun most horses over short distances, pivot instantly, and jump nearly 6 feet from a standstill.
Yeah, they run 40, I run 41. That's how that works.
They're deceptively fast and highly unpredictable. Wildlife officials at parks advise visitors to keep a minimum distance of at least 25 yards.
Correct. Not feet.
Yeah. At all times.
3 feet in a yard. Do the math. 75 feet, jackass. Put your camera down and get back in your f***ing car.
And I didn't think I was going to have to edit that much today.
Oh, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started.
But if you do decide to go there and not heed our warnings, please video it and send it to the armchairauthority@gmail.com.
Absolutely, please. And put your full name, address, telephone number, because we're getting you on the show.
Yeah. If you get flung 8 feet in the air, I will send you a T-shirt.
Man, land on your feet.
Ooh, you get 2 T-shirts.
Bet your ass. And I will sign a picture of you and I to give them. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You landed an 8-foot toss. Yep. You, my friend, get an autographed picture.
All jokes aside, their meat is delicious.
It's phenomenal. It's super lean.
Buffalo tenderloin.
It's amazing.
Little bacon wrapped buffalo tenderloin. Throw that puppy on the grill for like a second because you don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, it's great.
I'd be hard pressed to find a better cut of meat than that.
It's like 96 lean or something, isn't it?
So good, dude.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you get that little fat from the bacon in there.
Yeah. They charge for grocery stores jack those prices up pretty good.
Oh,
on
they
bison,
will
but
bend you over a barrel.
big time. Yee.
It might be worth it though.
Could be.
It's a good cut of meat. What is this podcast about again?
Bison.
Ah, yes. Welcome.
The older gentleman getting tossed.
Yeah.
But see, that's the other thing too. Even at a rodeo where you see the bullfighters and you see the clown, and the clown all of a sudden is like, "Oop, man, my suspender was a little long.
Yeah.
He got me. He flipped me." They do it so effortlessly.
Oh,
like it means nothing to them.
Yeah.
Like they could.
It's like flipping a pancake for us.
Seriously, they could smash into a 4Runner and flip that bad boy on its side with just flicking their head.
Yeah.
It's just effortless. So let's approach them, Ryan. Let's do that.
Dude, that video, by the way, ruined my Instagram algorithm because after that, I got video after video after video of like the Mexican bull run stuff and like people doing bullfighting. I saw some shit. I saw some stuff. I saw horns going to people's heads.
Oh, yeah.
And like, again, always asking the question, why?
Well, is it in Mexico where they do that?
The running of the bulls?
No. But they do that bull slap, where they get a bunch of people in a corral with a bull, and whoever can like get out there and slap them on the ass or whatever and get away, and like whoever gets to slap first or however the hell it works.
Well, there was one that I saw where they were in an arena, and it's a bunch of them. They're all dressed in their like, they've got the white suit or whatever, and the red handkerchief, and there's a ton of them. There's probably 100 people in there, and this bull's running around. Well, one guy like snuck up behind the bull and grabbed his tail, and thought he was like hot shit. And the next thing you know, like 40 other guys just start beating the crap out of him. And I'm like, I don't understand the culture here. Somebody's got to explain this to me. Are you not? Is that not? You're not supposed to do that? Like, what's the point? What's the end game here? Because to me, it seems like you were supposed to like touch the bull without getting either killed or flung 8 feet in the air.
Yeah, you got to smack the damn thing or something.
Because then they just start like hitting him, and I'm like, I don't understand this. There was another one that I saw, Oregon State Fair. A bull jumped the fence and went into the stands.
Now it's on.
Now it's out in public, right? It's like it's like going through the concession stand.
Running to the bulls, Oregon style.
Yeah, it's in a concession stand. And there's these group of women. They're just hanging out, talking. Totally doesn't notice the bull out of her left peripheral because she's just there having a general conversation in a cluster of three women.
Who wouldn't notice? I mean, you know.
This bull. Now, the myth that they see red type of thing is not real, but she just happened to be wearing a red shirt. He took every advantage of her not paying attention and hit her straight on and flung her up in the air, not once, but twice.
Oh.
I'm like, dude.
And
people are running around. There's panic. People are screaming, and they're just acting like they're having a conversation in the mall. I'm like, what situational awareness here, people. What's going on?
Did he catch her on the rebound, or did she actually hit and then go again?
No, he caught her on the rebound.
Like he caught her in the air?
Yeah.
Oh, double tip.
Yeah.
You got it, red dress.
Yeah.
There you go. Careful what you wear out in public.
Yeah.
You never know when a bull's showing up in a concession stand.
Could you imagine?
It's legit.
You show up, you just hanging out at the fair. Next thing you know, you got just a bull charging around.
Oh, what do you do?
I don't F with cattle, man.
No.
Any sort of farm animal?
You shouldn't.
No.
There's criminal charges about that type of thing.
It's very true.
Shouldn't do that.
But it's just like, dude, people that just kind of blatantly walk around horses like it doesn't matter. Yeah. That thing will kill you.
All this time you've known me, right? How often do you hear me say, dude, when it's my time, it's my time. Like if it's a bus, it's a bus. If it's a whatever. If it's my time, it's my time. If you get
killed by a cow.
If I go down, courtesy of a bull, buffalo, whatever, moose, whatever the hell it might be. If I go down, cool. I got to be honest. I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting back.
Yeah.
I'm not. And you talk to these jackwagons, since we're on wild animals, you talk to these jackwagons that are like, if I ever got attacked by a mountain lion, I'm just going to put that thing in a chokehold. You go ahead, because those back claws, the back feet of said mountain lion is going to be carving you like a freaking pumpkin while you're trying to maintain your chokehold. But you think you could choke out the thing before it cuts you to death. Okay, sounds good. You go ahead and get yourself in a fight with a mountain lion. I know where my money's going. Yeah,
7% of American men believe they could win an unarmed fist fight against a grizzly bear.
The mental health population is significantly larger than 7%, but that's where that falls.
Mind you, they weigh on average 800 pounds.
Right.
And are vastly stronger and faster than any human being.
Right. And their teeth are longer than every one of your fingers. Yeah. Like, good luck.
I was trying to figure, because I thought I heard, 6% of Americans think they could beat a grizzly bear in a fight. This is kind of funny. Let me see if I can pull up a larger version of this.
Look at this thing.
All right, so this is percentage of people. Look, okay, now while we're on it, this is a total tangent. We did not talk about this pre-show. I love this. So which of the following animals, if any, do you think you could beat in a fight if you were unarmed? So this is percentage-wise, okay? This starts out from...
Is this for me? Is this for us?
Okay, yeah, I mean, do you think you could beat a rat?
Yes.
Okay. How about a house cat?
Tussle. But I think I could get her done.
Okay, so 70.
I'm gonna. It's like a knife fight, dude. You're gonna get cut. You're gonna get stabbed.
Yeah.
But I might come out on top.
72% of people think that they could beat a rat in an unarmed fight.
Yep.
69%, nice, think that they could beat a house cat in a fight.
They're getting cut.
Now
they could do it.
I've got some goose trauma in my life from being a young man at Canyon Lake Park feeding them. But 61% of people think they could beat a goose in an unarmed fight.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I have significant trauma related to geese. I went hunting with my dad and some relatives, and I was 11, so I wasn't able to shoot yet, but they knocked one down, wounded her. Mm-hmm. It's when they switched from lead shot to steel shot, so you couldn't shoot as high.
Yeah.
They knocked one down. Kel, go get it. So I was bird dogging this sumbitch. I took off across the cornfield, chasing after this goose, and it turned around.
Yeah.
Last second, I was just getting ready to go for the neck. It turned around and put an absolute beating on me with wings. I was kicking the shit out of this thing with moon boots on, and it was beating the piss out of me. It honestly took an uncle to come walking in with his gun, laughing his ass off as I'm getting my ass kicked to shoot this mamma jamma 2 or 3 more times to put him down. I don't know that I could whip its ass.
Yeah.
I would have to say goose. I might be under that 61%.
Really? Okay, well then
they're
you're
legit.
Then you're only 3 in, and you're not. I don't think you're going to fare very well as we go down the list here, because it drops off precipitously here. We go from 61% of people think, and this is from a survey done in 2022, so not that long ago. So we go from 61% of people that think they could beat a goose in an unarmed fight to 49% of people thinking they could beat a medium-sized dog.
I could beat a medium-sized dog. I'd feed the bite. It's going to bite me.
Yeah,
I'm down with it.
Yeah,
I'm going to feed the bite, and I'm just going to body blow the shit out of that thing.
Okay.
I'm going to be all right. And then I'll wrap it up, bear hug it, and just squeeze the life right out of him. Jesus.
Well, I mean,
Jesus.
Yeah.
What was I drinking before I came over?
I don't know.
Here?
You're also the guy that's been on record saying that of the 3 fingers that you would like to have liquid come out of, one would be gasoline.
True.
So that you could light your enemies on fire.
Wasn't it lava?
Maybe it was lava.
Lava.
A lava pinky.
Yeah.
Yeah, lava pinky. That's what it was.
Dude, I'd be using it a lot. I think I'd feed the bite. I'd feed the bite on the dog and just commence a body blowing.
Do you ever scroll around?
Eagle. No, keep going.
Okay.
Eagle.
So now we drop from 49 to 30% of people think they could beat an eagle in a fight. Birds are a different story, man. That changes the whole dynamic.
That son of a gun and the talons coming in at a high rate of speed.
Peck your eyes out.
It could take my head off and I wouldn't even know it. Like it's...
We have a large dog at 23.
Again, feed the bite. Give it your best. Might need to incorporate some knee strikes on that one.
Chimpanzee at 17.
I'd laugh. I would laugh and he'd get the upper hand on me.
Dude, they rip people's faces off.
I know, and I'd look at its ears or whatever, and I'd start
You hear
laughing.
horror stories all the time about how I've had this chimpanzee as a pet for 20 years, and then all of a sudden it's just like, all right, I'm done being a pet.
It
and
turns.
Just tears their face off.
Yep.
Like literally tears their face off.
Comes out with symbols.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's on.
A little bike.
Yeah. And a bell.
Ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
Yeah, I would struggle with a chimpanzee.
So here's where this list gets kind of interesting, because we're not even. I think it's interesting what's above grizzly bear, because remember, we got into this because 6% of Americans, only 6%, believe that they could beat a grizzly bear. Everything above that has a higher percentage, and I think some of these might be worse than a grizzly bear in some ways. And we're kind of getting into that a little bit. So King Cobra,
I agree, because one of them above grizzly bear, will actually hunt you to kill you and eat you.
Yeah.
None of these are necessarily killing you to eat you, except the one.
They
will hunt you.
Not to mention the 2 above that are significantly larger and stronger than you.
And you just, what do you do there?
I don't know.
Twist the trunk around and just try to...
King Cobra at 15%.
No, I'm not messing with... I
Yuck.
hate snakes. I'm not doing that.
Kangaroo, I've heard numerous stories about how they have just messed people up.
Dude, they bring those feet up.
Yeah.
They hit you harder than Mike Tyson.
They'll kick your chest and your back.
Lord.
Yeah.
No.
Then you got a wolf at 12%.
I don't want to mess with them.
This next one is the one that kind of horrifies me when I go traveling, because there was a woman recently that her and her wife or husband, geez, I can't even talk, go on vacation, and they're just chilling out by the water or whatever.
No.
Crocodile grabs her leg, pulls her in. Done.
Really?
Donezo. Gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just hanging out. Because you don't see him, and it's dark, and it's all this other stuff. But yeah, so 9% of people think they could beat a crocodile in an unarmed fight.
Not me.
Are you joking?
Yeah, not me. No.
Then we get into a gorilla. Don't know if you've seen those things.
I would have a better chance on land, because if they got me near water and got me into the roll,
ain't no way.
I'm done for.
Yeah, ain't no way.
I'm simply done. I'm done for on land anyway. But,
horrifying.
Oh, my
horrifying
God.
to even think about.
I don't even know.
Gorilla at 8%. I don't even know. I
no
don't know who out there thinks they're beating a gorilla.
They're tearing your freaking arms off, dude.
And then beating you with them.
Yeah, immensely. I don't even know if that's the right word, but I'm using it.
This next one, I don't even understand. I don't even know how to get into the mindscape of how you justify beating this thing unarmed. But an elephant?
Here's what I think.
What's the goal? How do you do it?
Trip it.
Unarmed, though.
Yeah, you got to trip it.
How?
In some way, shape, or form, you got to trip the thing. You got to make it drop to the knees or drop down.
You're gonna Skywalker this thing on the planet of Hoth and tie its legs up and make it fall?
What are you going to do? They've got 20 times your body weight in fat. You can punch away and knee strike all you want. I don't even know.
Even if you do, it's just a waiting game. There's no way. 8% of people think they could beat an elephant in a fight unarmed.
Yeah, that this was done at a bar.
And then you have a lion at 8% as well.
Absolutely. You wouldn't even get a strike in on one of those. They would have you destroyed. They hunt you to kill you and eat you. Like, what the hell are the animals? A lion? Not even a tiger, but a lion. Is it a leopard?
All big cats.
A lion, a leopard, and something else will physically hunt you to eat you, not just demoralize you and harm you in a very bad way.
Americans are not confident in their abilities to beat a grizzly bear in a fight. Only 6% of people believe they could win. Grizzly bears can stand at a height of about 8 feet, and the males can weigh up to 1,700 pounds.
Not a chance.
According to Wesley Larson, who is a bear biologist and the host of a podcast, Tooth and Claw, this rash 6% do not know they would be letting themselves in. What they would be letting themselves in for. It would be very uneven. It would be a very uneven fight. They are faster, stronger, better equipped with both teeth and claws, and they have a much higher level of protection with thick fur, skin, fat layers, thicker, stronger bones. So both offensively and defensively, we are no match for them.
And you can't outrun it.
Larson says bears have a brute force that is strong enough to break a bowling ball.
Believe it.
If it's possible, and not that hard for them to crush a human skull in their jaws, the jaws can grow to be several inches long with those weapons at their disposal. An encounter with a human would only last a few seconds and can leave the person maimed for life or even dead. However, grizzly bears are rarely seen as human food or a source of food for them, and they're territorial and defensive. They generally will run away when confronted with a human. I saw a video a while back, and this is funny because this whole thing gets into a breakdown of why we would lose.
Oh, jeez, look at
every
that.
single.
Look at that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you hear about one bite from a crocodile and how much like bacteria is in their mouths.
Yeah,
and things. But yeah, this is a Newsweek article, so if you guys want to go and read it and understand why you wouldn't be able to win in any of these fights, you can go ahead and hit that up. There was a video a while back of a guy that he got in between a mama bear and a cub. And she got on his back, and the only thing he did was he had a 9mm with him, pulled it out, and went right into the right underneath the bear's chin, and that was the only reason he survived.
Oh man,
scary stuff.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, That's the thing. Babies around, man.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's cubs, whether it's whatever. Like mountain lion, same thing. Mm-hmm. They will generally peel out and be gone until they've got the little ones around. Then it's go time. Yeah. We saw the moose along the trail, riding out by
that's
Coeur
another
Lane.
dangerous thing.
We saw the moose.
Yeah. You're like, where's the baby?
And my daughter, Oldest daughter, she's like, that's a juvenile. There's going to be a mom around. Mm-hmm. Like, we need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Like, even she could put it together.
Yeah.
And it's like, we got to go. Like,
we got to get out of here.
You don't have to tell me twice, because when Mama comes out with all the paddles and all the goodness, it's go time.
Yeah. All right, Kelly. Let's get into the meat of this. That was really good. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Love talking about people getting flung 8 feet in the air by bison.
I think I stopped out. I think I topped out at maybe the top 3.
Yeah.
And after that,
you backed out a goose, man.
Dude, trauma.
Straight
significant
trauma. Straight trauma.
And if you don't understand the power of the wings of a Canadian goose, I would encourage you not to find out, because it is legit. Yeah. It had my 11-year-old body rolling around over corn stalks and everything, and I was terrified. I was kicking the shit
PTSD
out of this thing. Right in the old breast. Right in the breastplate.
Yeah. Wow. You tenderized it, though. That was nice.
And then the damn things have teeth. People don't understand that. They actually have teeth, and it ripped the webbing out of my glove as I was going for the neck hold. It was on.
Like Donkey Kong.
That's trauma. They would freeze me in a heartbeat. I still see them. They still walk around the football field there in Hill City.
Yeah.
I still got to side-eye them as I'm walking around the track. It's like, no,
thank you.
Am I giving you enough distance, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay.
Geese on one side of the street, you have to cross to the other just so you don't cross
True story.
paths. Yeah.
True story.
Yeah. All right, let's play a game.
I love it.
So I found a quiz that these are funny athlete names, and you have to tell me if they're real names or if they're fake names.
Jeez. Okay.
There's about 30 of them, so we'll go through these fairly quickly.
Okay.
Play along at home, comment, tell me how many you got right, how many you got wrong. Okay? First one. Is this a real name? Andy Freeze.
Real.
Ding, 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 ding. It is. NASCAR racer's name, which is great. Just sounds just like the green fluid you put in the car called antifreeze. Andy Freeze.
Andy Freeze.
Can't make this stuff up.
Freeze.
This is great. Real or fake? Cursa Giant Blast.
Fake.
It is fake. 100%. How about Blue Moon Odom?
Real.
He's 3 for 3. He was actually born Johnny Lee Odom, and this baseball player for the Oakland Athletics pitched his way into winning 3 World Series.
I knew that.
Yeah. Wolfgang Wolf.
Real.
Kelly says real. It is real. Wolfgang Wolf, you'll need to head over to Germany. This is the current coach, and this current coach started his soccer career playing for a German name that I cannot pronounce and will not even try.
Kaiserslautern.
How about Rabbit Maranaville?
I'm going to go fake.
He says fake. Ooh, it's real. He was I
got a problem with naming somebody Rabbit. I just have a problem.
Better believed to be hopping around a baseball field. Born in Walter Maranaville, that's his actual name. He was known by his nickname when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1950.
It's a nickname.
It doesn't matter.
That's not real. I dispute that.
Do you actually call Magic Johnson Irving?
Yes.
No, you do not.
Yes. If his name comes up on this list, it won't be.
Baloney.
You baloney.
Why does this never repeat?
I don't know. Carry on. Carry on with this quiz. What am I down? 1?
Maybe. How about Sawyer Ageless? Real or fake?
Real.
He says real. It's fake.
Shit.
You won't be finding him hitting any golf ball soon. Coco Crisp.
Oh, that's real. That's legit. I know that one.
From what?
Baseball.
Ding, ding, ding. His grandmother gave him the nickname Coco, but he's a professional baseball player that played for both the Red Sox and the Kansas City Royals.
Bingo.
Real or fake? Ben Gay.
Real.
That is correct. Spent a short period. Yeah, he was in the NFL with the Cleveland Browns. We're sure any injuries that led to the use of the product were probably.
If I'm not mistaken, was he a tight end? Doesn't matter.
Sure. Yoshi Takashita.
Takashita. That's Faker.
Kelly says fake. It's real. You might have noticed the name while watching the Summer Olympics. If you're wondering why she's not on the list, just take a look at her name, or why she's on this list. Then you just take a look at her name. So, longer.
Ooh, man. You know what? I got to give that up for Czechoslovakia. That's real.
He says real. It is. Look at that. Okay, played for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's a guard. Stands at 6'11". There you go. Good job. How about real or fake? The name of Boots Day.
Honestly, I think that's real.
Kelly says real. It is real.
Yes.
Played for the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. Center fielder.
Yes.
How about
Splint Chunk Hack?
Chunk Hack.
Oh my God. Can you? Would you? Okay. There
Chunk
are people
Hack.
that would name their kids Splint.
Yep. Chunk Hack.
Chunk Hack.
Your golf game. Chunk Hack.
Real.
He says real.
Wrong.
It's fake.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's fake. How about Gutsy Velvet?
Gusty.
Sorry,
Gusty Velvet's real.
Gusty Velvet is fake.
It is. Oh, boy.
How about real or fake? Dick Paradise.
Well, depends on what part of the country, but let's go real.
He says real.
Yes!
It is. He's a hockey player who played for the Minnesota Fighting Saints for 2 years.
Wonderful. Way to go, Dick.
Yeah. How about Tory Gold Cockatoo? Or Kaku?
Gold Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. No.
It's Tory Gold Cuckoo. It's
Gold
real.
Cuckoo? Fake.
Oh.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Why is this not... Let's try that. Jeez, it's going to be terrible. How about Leaf Electric Wolf?
Leaf Electric Wolf. I like Leaf Electric Wolf. Fake.
He is fake.
Yes.
Urban Shocker.
Real.
It is real. Known for his skills on the baseball field, he was a pitcher who played for the Cardinals and the St. Louis Browns, returning to the Yankees to win a World Series in 1927.
Shocker. What a great name for a pitcher.
Zane Invincible.
No freaking way, dude. Fake.
He says fake. It is fake.
Thank goodness.
Not a WWE wrestler.
I couldn't be friends with him.
Golden Leaf.
Real.
Kelly says real. It's fake.
Okay.
How about Butch Manley Drop?
Gotta be real.
Says real. It's fake.
I'm on a losing streak. Creedence Clearwater Cueto. Real.
Says real. It is real. He was a footballer in Brazil. Plays for Santa Cruz. Drake Venom.
Oh, great name.
Drake Venom.
Totally beat a cobra. Real.
Says real. Fake.
Yeah. Jeez.
Your Highness Morgan.
Your Highness Morgan is fake.
He says fake. It's real.
Oh!
He was a linebacker for FAU. Oh, man.
Holy.
Ruby Eclipse.
Real.
Kelly says real. It's fake. Ooh, you're on a streak here.
This is not going well. See? Damn it.
Real or fake? Fair Hooker.
No such thing, but let's go real.
It is real.
Yes, NFL.
Fair Hooker played for the NFL in the 60s and 70s and played for the Browns after being drafted from Arizona State. Excuse me.
My grandmother's maiden name was Hooker.
Really?
True story.
Huh.
So the running joke that my dad had to endure his entire life was friends of his saying, "Hey, his dad was a hooker."
Nice.
His dad or his mom. His mom was a hooker. His mom was a hooker.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, okay, that got old like 70 years ago, but cool.
Real or fake?
What's that?
Smatum
Smatum
Sale Harvest.
Smatum Sale Harvest. That's real.
He says real. It's fake. Sorry.
It was.
Hydrine
Fake.
Aquaflame.
Fake.
It is fake. How about Chiefs Kicking Stallion Sims? Kicking Stallion Sims.
Fake.
It's real.
Are you insane?
He was a basketball player who played for the Stetson and Alabama State.
Oh, same thing. Born Grelentus, Chief.
Yeah,
Kicking
but his
Stallion
yeah,
Sims.
but his last name is still Kicking Stallion Sims.
That's so weird to me.
How about Captain Munnerlin?
Michigan linebacker, real.
That is real. Played for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, he was a Michigan Wolverine.
How about
probably during their scandals.
How about Merrick Divegun?
Merrick Divine Gun.
Divine Gun?
Merrick Divine Gun.
I'm so bad with
that.
names.
I like that. I'm gonna go
so
real.
Bad with names. Real. It's fake.
Oh, crap.
God Shamgod.
You cannot name your kid God. Fake. It's fake.
It's real.
No.
It's real. Played for the Wizards and is now an assistant coach for the Mavs.
Unbelievable.
Dick Vanderbutt.
Dick Vanderbutt's real.
Oh, it's fake.
Well, I thought it was. Hector Phoenix is real.
Hector Phoenix is
Holy
fake.
crap. We have taken a nose.
How about Alfred Sailhopper?
Let's go with real.
He says real.
They can't put.
It's fake.
Man, that's 3 in a row. I'm losing.
How about
odds.
Bob Slabrock?
I like Bob Slabrock. Real.
Real? Fake.
Loser.
Ooh, finish quiz. 16 of 35.
Ooh, close. Almost fitty.
Yeah.
Almost fitty.
You got a favorite? Real or fake? Dick Paradise. That's mine.
I kind of like Your Highness.
Also, Butch Manley Drop.
Butch Manley Drop. Who was fake.
Might use that as like an avatar in a game or something. You know, maybe pick up a little NCAA 27 and
Butch
take
Manley Drop.
Butch Manley Drop all the way to the title.
Gonna do it. Gonna start him as a red shirt.
He's a walk-on. Here's Butch Manley Drop.
He's a
walk-on at BYU.
Preferred walk-on. Butch Manley Drop will not be at BYU, sir. That is the wrong school.
I wasn't sure if you were going to pick up on that or not.
I totally got that. Hey, Butch ain't at BYU. No, sirree.
No docking going on there?
No, sir. That's an FAU.
Oh, that's good stuff. All right, I suppose we better actually talk about what's going on in the world a little bit, I guess. So one of the first things I want to talk about is the ongoing controversy, Kelly, that is the WNBA versus Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And how there is this continuous fumbling of her stardom and how the WNBA, her fellow players, and pretty much everything that goes into her rise to stardom has been completely fumbled and is not going the way that it should have. So this is one of the most topic and fascinating subplots in modern sports, and it's been going on since she entered the league. On one side, you have the athletic phenom who brought record-breaking TV ratings and sold out arenas, charter flights. Remember, Kelly?
Yep.
These ladies were flying. They were just flying regular standard flights, right?
Yes, they were.
Commercial flights. And now they've got private planes, and it almost happened instantaneously when Caitlin Clark came into the league.
Correct.
So, and on the other side, you have the old guard in the locker room, culture that frequently looks like it's actively rejecting the golden goose that they've been handed. So there's some things that have been going on recently. As of, I think, June, there was a play that involved Caitlin where she was on the ground and another player basically used their fist and used Caitlin's throat to get up off the ground.
Correct.
Pretty nasty
New
stuff.
York, right? Sparks or whatever they are.
Pretty nasty stuff. And then I think just last night or the night before, Caitlin got pretty pissed off at a call that wasn't made during a play that was pretty flagrant, that didn't get called, and so you can see that she's kind of had it as well. So the tension started the minute that Caitlin entered the league, and it hasn't stopped. The veteran players look at the absolute media circus surrounding the young player who hasn't paid her dues yet and immediately got defensive. So player vote, here's one of the things that's been going on. The WNBA just announced its starters, Kelly, for the 2026 All-Star Game in Chicago, and fans voted Clark number 2 overall out of every player in the league with over 1 million votes. And the media ranked her at number 3.
Yes.
Can you guess where her fellow athletes ranked her within the WNBA?
Not making the starting team.
They ranked her 11th.
Yeah.
Among guards.
Yeah.
So the peers she shares the floor with literally tried to vote her out of her own all-star starting lineup, and they ranked Minnesota's Olivia Miles, who's a rookie, by the way, ahead of her. To avoid giving Clark the validation. It's pure passive-aggressive gatekeeping.
Didn't she get snubbed last year from the All-Star game?
Olympics.
Oh, the Olympics. That's right. Good.
Yep.
Good fact check there. Solid.
Yep. So the welcome to the league moment for Caitlin isn't just a rookie standard hazing. They've taken a targeted practice. So ever since she entered the league, opposing guards have treated guarding Clark like a personal blood feud. So Kennedy Carter's infamous off-the-ball shoulder block. And then the uncalled-for physical targeting teams routinely cross the line from hard defense into trying to make a statement. And even in recent games, like the Fever's matchup against the expanded Golden State Valkyries, Clark was visibly frustrated after suffering a brutal leg contusion on a missed call, calling the league's officiating ridiculous. And the narrative among fans is clear. The league office and refs are perfectly fine letting the veterans beat her up on national television because they don't want it to look like they are protecting their popular child.
Yep.
This has gotten so bad, Kelly, that Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, has had to step in, especially with the recent thing that I was talking about where Caitlin was pretty upset about this call that wasn't made, where he's like, you have to do something.
Correct.
Something has to be done.
Correct. She is in danger. I mean, let's call it what it is. If you watch the shoulder check and you watch some of the stuff that's happening to her, her career is definitely in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She will have a short career.
Yeah.
Or she will have a lot of injury.
But and even beside that, like, while her safety is obviously the primary point of concern, it's crazy to see this league not even defend her. As we've seen so many other leagues, like when you get handed what we have described as golden goose here, whether it be LeBron James in the NBA or a Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady type in the NFL, or you have seen the league change their approach to how they call games, how they officiate things, and even rule changes.
Rule changes, yes.
To accommodate those players so that we can see more of them.
Right.
The NBA and their players is literally going, no, we're jealous of everything that she's been given. Let's not do anything to like make this any better.
Even though you can make a fair argument that the league is still alive because of her entrance into it.
Correct.
Fair assumption, right?
Yeah, I mean it's still alive. I mean, they're still being supplemented by the NBA. Like this is a league that was on the up and coming when she left college and came to the pros.
Right.
And we even had discussions about it, whether or not it was going to be like, is this going to be a flash in the pan? Are we still going to Is she still going to draw the attention that she did from college into the pros? Yeah. And I've got some data that will show us that, whether or not that's true. But again, they're not treating her the way that, maybe some things should be treated in order to, the rising tides raise all ships. There was an analogy that was used just the other day when I was kind of researching this that talked about like the initial reaction to golfers when Tiger Woods entered the league. Mm-hmm. And they were like, ooh, this is weird. This young kid coming in, dominating, doing all this stuff. Like, we don't like this. And then they started to realize all of the other benefits that were coming along with his rise.
Correct.
And they all looked around and went, oh, you know what? This is good for all of us.
Yeah, right.
We should probably do some of this. It's similar with Michael Jordan too. Like if you look at the 80s, mid 80s, basketball was kind of struggling a little bit. He comes into the league. All of a sudden you've got this spark. Basketball was never more popular than it was in the 90s and early 2000s around that time, right? So it's like, again, that rising tide raises all ships. Everybody looks around. Now you have a culture within the NBA that is supporting each player individually, and sometimes to the detriment of the league, where everybody's too buddy. Like you don't have those natural rivalries like you did anymore, where like Jordan just absolutely hated Isaiah Thomas.
Yes, still to this day,
right. So you don't really have any of that anymore. It is kind of all too buddy, where they're all kind of like rooting for each other when they go on these streaks. But in conjunction with that, they are all benefiting from it. Right. And they're all trying to make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity to be great. Whereas the WNBA, you're not seeing that.
No, that's a hard left. Yeah. That's complete opposite.
So, and it's crazy when you have the shared equity within it, and we'll get into that as well as I move along here. But it's all like they're all sharing all of the revenue that comes from this. So why not build it up and make it better?
Right.
Another example would be the USA basketball team. Again, when the USA basketball team left Caitlin Clark off the Olympics, it was to defend a purely basketball decision.
Not true.
It was an absolute disaster for the growth of the sport. The Olympics are the single biggest global market window, especially as we've seen with the FIFA World Cup going on and how much pride people take in all of that. Leaving the most famous women's basketball player on earth at home to appease the egos of senior players completely killed the mainstream visual viewership for the sport that had been riding for months. You imagine if she had actually gone and played in the Olympics and represented Team USA and kept that ride going?
Correct.
Okay.
Nobody wanted to see all of Caitlin Clark jerseys at the Olympics, though.
Yeah. Too bad.
Correct.
You literally went from flying commercial to having your own private charters.
Correct.
Because of her.
Correct.
You should be thanking her.
You also had more than 1 million people actually entertain your voting.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, it's what she's doing for your league.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's an absolute masterclass in cutting off your nose to spite your face. The girl single-handedly forced the league to buy charter flights. She's drawing over 1 million fan votes for the All-Star game. She broke Diana Taurasi's record by hitting 1,000 points and 250 assists in just 54 games. She's a walking ATM for women's basketball, and how does the league reward her? The active players rank her 11th on their ballots, and the refs let opposing guards treat her like a punching bag on the floor, and the establishment leaves her off the Olympics team just to prevent the feelings of the old guard.
Yep.
They want the NBA-level money. They want the sold-out arenas, but they absolutely refuse to embrace the one person who actually brought the fans through the door, and it's purely unadulterated jealousy, and it's killing the league's momentum. So,
fact.
She is currently ranked 5th in the WNBA in scoring at a career-high 21.2 points per game. She is 2nd in the league in assists at 8.2 per game, which is kind of ridiculous. And
the next one is the most ridiculous.
And she became the fastest player in professional history to record 1,000 points, 250 rebounds, and 250 assists, shattering the previous record by 8 full games. But somehow, after all that, she is still believed by her peers to be the 11th best player. behind that of a rookie who's been there for a cup of coffee so far.
That is a pretty broken culture in terms of an organization.
So if you want the ultimate stone cold proof that the WNBA establishment is actively pushing away from its financial engine, you have to look at the metrics. TV data from the first half of 2026 reveals that the casual sports fans are explicitly turning to watch who, Kelly? Indiana, while the rest of the league struggles to capture the mainstream footprint. Primetime record. So July 12th, as we sit here recording on July 16th, the Fever played the Las Vegas Aces on NBC, averaging 2.6 million viewers per game.
Yes.
Or for that game, excuse me.
Yep.
And it stands as the most watched game of the entire 26 WNBA season and the second most watched regular season game in the sport since 2000.
Right.
So 26 years. It's the second highest viewed game.
Now, are the Aces the champs? They're the reigning champs?
Yeah, somewhere
like
around
two in a row.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when the Fever played the expansion Toronto Tempo on a random Tuesday night, this is a better example.
On USA.
On the USA Network, it drew 1 million viewers. And the very next night, a matchup between the defending champs, who are the Aces, and the Dallas Wings on the exact same network pulled 457,000. A massive 54% drop-off to the moment the Fever logo left the screen.
Somebody has to be reading these, right? Like
I mean, it's all out there. I found it.
That's what I mean.
So
somebody within the WNBA has got to be reading this. Everything's data-driven, right? It's evidence-based. It's data-driven. What more do you need?
I'm not done either.
Every
Every single one of the top 5 most watched television broadcasts for the WNBA this season, Kelly, has featured who?
Caitlin Clark.
The Indiana
Fever.
Yeah. The Fever brand is so strong that even when Caitlin Clark missed 2 weeks due to the injury earlier this month, the Fever still commanded the airwaves. A Caitlin Clarkless Fever versus the Aces pulled a 1.5 million viewership on ESPN, proving that fans genuinely invested in the Indiana team that she's a part of. So even when she's not there, her brand and what she's brought to the Fever are generating this. I mean, they're consistently over 1 million views, where you can't even get 500,000 just for the team that beat everybody last year.
Correct.
So,
and what this person could bring to your WNBA.
Yeah. And that is just in viewership. Now, when you talk ticket sales, pretty staggering here. So home and away crown, the Fever currently lead the WNBA in home total attendance, averaging about close to 16,000 fans per game at their field house. More importantly, they are the undisputed number 1 team in the league for road attendance, consistently forcing opposing teams to open up their upper bowls or move to NHL/NBA arenas to handle the overflow.
Amazing.
So the rest of the league, crazy drop-off. So while they're flirting with about 16,000 people a night in Indiana, other franchises, Chicago Sky, about 7,700. Dallas Wings, about 8,000. Atlanta Dream are around 6,000 people. And the Washington Mystics were dead last, averaging just 4,200 fans per night.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, just adding more fuel to the fire as to what's going on here. The WNBA media rights are currently carried by one team. The Fever are pulling in about 2.6 million viewers on a Sunday night, while the rest of the league struggles to even make 500,000. And Indiana getting 16 fans a game, while other, like Atlanta, Washington, are struggled to get in front of a high school crowd of 4,000 people. The players in these low-revenue markets are surviving off the revenue sharing that Indiana's ticket sales and TV contracts are generating. And they consistently don't give Caitlin the respect that she deserves. In fact, they are literally stepping on her neck just to get her out of the league.
Correct.
And I think it's ridiculous.
You're not alone.
I know. And I know we're not arguing on this topic.
I can't argue with you on that.
Well, it's hard. I mean, it's just when you see... When we've talked about this topic numerous times, we've gone over it. We've gone over the data, the analytics, all of it from the time that she entered the league. I mean, we were having conversations, and I proposed to you the question, is this going to carry over? Mm-hmm. She was so popular at Iowa. Everybody was like, wow, she's going to break this record, that record, blah, blah, blah. Her teams were consistently in the Final Four. And I said, I would like to get a few years into the WNBA and see if this is actually, if it's a flash in the pan, if it's going to matter. Where are we at?
Yeah, I didn't. I think my response was I wasn't entirely sure that the WNBA was even going to sustain itself.
Sure.
I didn't think they were going to make.
Well, that was another episode that we did where we talked about how they're supplemented and how they want to get their fair share of their pay, and we said, okay, you can get your fair share of your pay. Well, your pay would be you owe this much. You're not going to get paid this much because you're losing revenue hand over fist every single year, and the one player that you have an opportunity to get you out of that hole, you're treating like a doormat. Like you don't even care that they exist.
Yep. I watched a clip very recently, within the last 2 weeks, I think. And it was a little compilation of all of the non-call and or all the rough abuse that she's been taking in games. And they just compiled this whole thing, team after team, whatever, and all this stuff that Caitlin Clark's having to endure. And small example size, I get it. Small sample size, and not even any of this data behind it. But it was just that. And it went on for 2-3 minutes, whatever it was. And they showed the punches to the chest, the trips, the pushes, the shoves in the back, holding her down on the ground, the screening, all that stuff. And it was just one after another after another. And what you see her do, which is actually tip of the cap to her, you generally don't see her get up and retaliate in any way, shape, or form. She might get up and look at an official. She might throw her hands up. She might do something. But at least in this compilation of stuff, she takes the shot. She gets right back up. And she continues to play, right? And runs down, gets a board, gets an assist, gets whatever. And she continues to play. She is now she's adapting her playing style, in my opinion. She's adapting her playing style, knowing it's coming, knowing that it's just going to be a bloodbath when she's out there. So the girl already had the most wicked, crazy, fast release on a shot that I've ever seen. And it's just getting faster because somebody coming to defend her is going to lay her out.
She has no choice.
Right. They're going to lay her out. But I just watched the clips 2 weeks ago, and it just makes you shake your head.
Yeah.
And if it's easy for two nubs like us to sit here and watch and see what's happening, and now you put all this data in there about the revenue and everything that she's bringing to the league that I once didn't think they were actually even going to survive. But now they get expansion. Do they get expansion teams? Without Caitlin Clark?
Yeah,
no, without Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you get expansion teams? Do you have more time? Do you have anybody coming to your games without Caitlin Clark?
Yeah.
I understand that class was really good. They brought in, Angel Reese, not a big fan. They brought in Angel Reese and a lot of other superstars, that are developing in WNBA, and they're becoming very, very good women's basketball players.
Yeah.
But Caitlin Clark was the driving force. She was it.
Listen, we didn't even consider this a legitimate league until the last 3 years.
No.
This was just,
and we wouldn't have talked about it.
It was just like some fun little side project that was going on that, again, as we looked into the data, and I'm not trying to be a dick about it, I'm just telling you what we've seen and how general sports fans view the sport. This was just some fun little side project for the NBA to feel good about themselves, to include women in their sport.
Right.
And the general population was not attracted to it. They were not attracted to the game. You could see that from attendance, from the fact that there was nothing going on as far as viewership for this stuff. But now the NBA recognized, and I have to hand it to them, they recognized what was going on, so much so that they included the WNBA in their collective bargaining agreement, especially with their broadcasting rights for when they signed this billion upon billion dollar contract with all of these broadcast companies. That's why you have Sunday Night Basketball on NBC showing WNBA games. They recognized it, right? But now you've been handed this golden opportunity with this player that could be the cornerstone of what you could build for the next 15, 20, 30 years to get yourself out of this hole and build a legitimate organization.
Right. If the NFL did that.
And they don't even do it. I mean, we're talking about a commissioner that's not even going to suspend someone for stepping on someone else's neck.
Right.
She wasn't even going to do it. Kathy Engelbert she finally did suspend Phoenix Mercury forward Alyssa Thomas for one game due to an altercation last month when Indiana guard Caitlin Clark. But according to Sports Business Journal on Wednesday, Engelbert initially did not plan to suspend her and only did so after being convinced by NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. What are we doing?
I don't know why she needed help with that decision. Like, that's blatant.
My 3-year-old son could look at that and go, yeah, that's wrong. She shouldn't have done that.
Correct.
Why do you need to be convinced that that's what you need to do to not only protect your players in general, but if you're not going to protect your biggest star? If these other players had any sort of like clarity on this and go, they're not even going to do that for Caitlin, I mean, they might as well come out and hit me with a bat.
Right.
Because they're not going to do anything. They're not going to suspend anybody for that.
Correct.
I mean, this might as well be street ball at this point.
Right. And furthermore, and you don't have to look up the comparison, but I would argue that putting 15 to 16,000 people in the stands at home games would outdo 50% of MLB right now.
Yeah. What I mean,
like if you look at some of the struggling teams in MLB, I would say 15 to 16,000 people would outdo what the MLB is drawing for fans in some of those stadiums. At probably at a pretty alarming rate, 50%, maybe 40, 50%, whatever it is.
The Athletics currently, this is for 2026. This comes from ESPN, and they just have this readily available. It's crazy. The Athletics, they average about 10,000.
Beat them.
Miami, 12,000.
Beat them.
Tampa Bay, 16,000.
Damn close.
Kansas City Royals, 18,000.
Which is alarming because they're terrible.
And Pittsburgh at 20,000. And then everybody else is 20, 22, 23, 24. So, I mean, Rocky's still averaging 28,000. That's only because they have one of the best stadiums in the entire country.
Right.
But the Dodgers, you have 50,000 people. Still, I mean, that's...
But properly managing your organization.
A fourth.
Managing MLB, NFL, whatever. Like, say the NFL did this.
Yeah.
Say they took Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, whatever.
Yeah.
And they allowed to happen what is happening to Caitlin Clark. The NFL would survive that because they're not a struggling league, right? People are fanatics. They're crazy. The NFL is always going to be king. College football is moving into a very, very close second.
Yeah.
Always going to be king, though. They could allow something like that to happen. People are going to bitch and moan and complain about it, which rightfully so, but they're not a struggling league.
Yeah.
They're going to survive it. The WNBA was a terribly struggling league when Caitlin Clark entered it.
And still is.
It is. It is. And like I said, they have expansion teams. They have planes. They have all of these other things they would not have had at this point without Caitlin Clark in the league. But you're a struggling league, Ryan. You're struggling, and you've got somebody that is bringing all of this revenue, and they're generating interest, single-handedly generating interest in one freaking team that's not even close to defending champs in the Aces or anybody else. And this is what you allow to have happen.
Yeah.
It's not an oversight. It's not because they missed it. It's not because... I don't even think it's because we simply don't care.
It's resistant to the wheels of change.
It very much so.
And all of these old heads that feel like it should have been their opportunity to change the sport and bring it forward are the ones that can't accept it.
And they didn't do it.
It's kind of, and I hate to say this, but it's kind of just bitches being bitches.
If it fails,
It is. I mean, it is. I don't mean to be that way, but it's just like, can't you support your fellow person and just bring it up? Why do we have to consistently just be...
Every other league does. Why can't you get on board?
It's the one outlier, in my opinion.
Correct. It is. Every other league embraces their stars. Period. Hockey. Embrace their stars. Like, know greatness, right? Greatness knows greatness. Those NHL guys, if given the same poll that WNBA ladies did, if you give the NHL guys and said, hey, who would be your starting forward? Who would be your starting goalie? Who would be your starting this? Dude, they are legitimately and consistently putting the top players on the freaking ice.
Yeah.
They are supporting the best. Greatness knows greatness.
It's the same thing with the NFL Top 100 that they've been doing for the last 10 years.
Correct.
It's all voted on by the players, right?
Correct.
And so when we look at the top 5, top 10 players in the league, we hardly ever have discussions about where those guys are placed because we all agree, yeah, those are probably the top 10 best players in the NFL.
Right. And when
now, there are other guys that are a little bit higher, and you go, there's got to be a few other people that are worse than them, better than them, but it's not you're not going to have those conversations about where Jared Goff should sit, right? But if you put Matthew Stafford, who just won an MVP, outside the top 10 because they don't like him as a person, then that's a problem. That's a conversation we should have, and that's exactly what's going on here.
Right, but you won't find that in the NFL.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
if we saw that, we would have conversations and go, that's not a skill issue. We all know that Matt Stafford is the MVP from last year and should be at least in the top 5 based on his performance and who he is as a football player. They did that to spite him because they don't like him.
Correct.
We can all see it.
Correct. What you would see in every other league is if a player, call it what you will, a player gets snubbed in one of those rankings things. Yeah. Other NFL players, MLB players, NBA players, whatever, other very good players will come out. They will simply come out and say, that's a snub. They belong higher on the list. Yeah. That's not happening here.
No. Even you who don't like LeBron, you could admit that he's probably one of the 5 to 10 best players you have ever seen play the game in your entire life.
Yes, but I don't particularly care for him.
Exactly. As a person, you're like, I don't care for him as a person, all that other stuff. But you take that stuff aside and you look at what he's done for the sport, what he's been able to accomplish, all the records he's broken, all this other stuff.
The man's still playing basketball.
Undeniable what he's been able to do. Same thing with Tom Brady. Tom Brady, again, took care of his body, did a bunch of other things. Is he the most talented quarterback I've ever seen? No, absolutely not. We've talked about this before.
Depends on how you define talent.
Yeah.
Depends on that.
Leader of men.
That he is.
Yes.
Correct.
A lot of people don't like him.
Do more with less?
Yeah.
That's Tom Brady.
But his greatness is undeniable.
Right.
Same thing here. It passes the eye test. I wanted to talk about this a little bit earlier, but we got off on a tangent about talking about
Lions.
Bison and all this other stuff. Lionel Messi. So I've been watching more soccer this last month than I ever have in my entire life.
I got to use the bathroom.
And it's one of those things where I was talking to a buddy last night. I said, I got something I got to admit. I've actually kind of enjoyed watching the World Cup. Now, the one thing that I have not enjoyed is, like, we don't know when the game ends. It's just like everybody's wondering when the ref's going to blow their whistle and end the game. And it's just not a fan of that, right? Apparently, there's a lot of Americans that are like, that's dumb. We should know exactly how much time is left and when the game's going to end.
That's kind of confusing.
Beside the point, just wanted to throw that in there. Lionel Messi is 39 years old. Arguably, obviously past his prime compared to where he could be, where he was. Every time I watched him touch the ball in that Argentina-England game yesterday, it was different. Something about the way that he possessed the ball, you knew some sort of magic was going to happen. It was just, your eyes told you everything you needed to know.
Yeah.
This guy's different. And then you go look at everything that he's done. His greatness is undeniable. Similar things with Caitlin Clark. She's not even anywhere on the level of Messi at this point in her sport, nor probably will she ever reach that. But when you watch her touch the ball, the things you're talking about were fast release. She's hitting shots that nobody's ever hit before.
Oh.
From ranges. She's kind of the Steph Curry of her league.
Yes.
It's undeniable. Why can't we just support it? Why can't we build it up? Why can't we make this better for everybody? Again, you were taking commercial flights. Now you have private planes.
Question.
You are now a part of a large broadcast revenue driver that's going to bring you more money to the point where you can make more than $70,000 a year.
So question, right? Legitimate question for you, Ryan. You've now set the bar with what you've set. You've made it very clear to an entire WNBA league that you really don't give a shit about Caitlin Clark and you're going to let people just abuse her. How do you correct it and where do you start? Like they always say, man, shit starts at the top and rolls downhill, right? Like where do you correct it?
You start by doing the right things, especially when there's been some form of violation.
Who does the right thing, though?
The commissioner.
Correct.
You start at the commissioner. So if you believe that you're arguably your best player or your best revenue driver is getting beat to hell consistently, and we're not doing anything about it, and your first response was, yeah, initially we probably wasn't going to suspend that person, even though everybody and their mom saw the play and went, that's a bit excessive, right? Like, something, she should be fined at the very least. And your first response is to go, I'm just going to let it slide. Really?
You should be removed from your position.
Then
that's how you make the start.
You don't have the ability to be able to make the tough decisions that need to go on here.
And that's not a tough decision.
Yeah.
That's not even a hard one.
No.
Remove her.
Yeah.
Like, you want to send a message?
Yeah.
Get her the hell completely out of the league.
Or give me a good enough excuse as to why you need to stand by the decision that you made.
At least justify it somehow.
Show me you've got the integrity to go, you know what, I saw it, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. It's just kind of things that happen. So I believe in the decision that I made, and you die on that hill because you're a leader, and that's what you're supposed to do.
You can see it, and you don't think it's that big a deal. Are you seeing it with other players? You're not seeing it with other players. It's not hard to see.
Exactly. So, but then you get into this story that just got published 2 days ago that right now Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark predicted to win the 2026 WNBA All-Star Game MVP.
Oh, boy. What is that? I don't know the process. What is the process? Is it fan voted? Is it player voted? Is it what's the process?
I don't know. So Clark missed the All-Star Game in Indiana, so she might off to Chicago, blah, blah, blah. Third consecutive year she's a starter alongside all these people. Yeah.
Paige Beckers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hot deal coming out of UConn. Played there 4 years, played for Gino. Some of the best coaching anybody could receive, playing for Gino, right? 4 years. Yeah. I know. I saw your face, and I wasn't going to entertain it. Licking your lip and doing everything else that you were doing. Good Lord. Anyway, Paige Beckers, legitimately above most of the players at the collegiate level. Like, you could just see her. You talked about the eye test. Let your eyes be your guide. You could watch Paige play at the college level. She was different. She was elite.
That is correct.
She was elite. Is she Is she getting treated the way Caitlin Clark is?
No, she's not even getting talked about the way that Caitlin Clark is.
Correct.
Even on a basketball level.
So why? What is the issue? It's not race.
Well, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
It's not race. So why? What about Sophie? Right? The other
Cunningham?
girl for the Fever. Yeah, the other girl for the Fever. Legitimate player.
Yeah.
Elite player.
Yeah.
Very good basketball player. Yeah. Right? What's the deal? She doesn't get treated like that. Yeah. She doesn't get talked about that way. Also not a race issue. So what's the issue? What are we so mad about? What are we so ass-hurt about?
I think it was just. I honestly think it was
because I'm making more money in my paycheck because of Caitlin Clark. We're going to be pissed off about it.
I guess.
What's the problem? Jesus, get over yourself.
The only side of this thing that I could probably take is at the time I did think to myself, are we blowing this Caitlin Clark thing out of proportion at Iowa?
No way.
It just seemed like there was a lot of hootenanny over it. Like just a lot of talk about what she was doing, if she was going to break the record, all this other junk, and she did. But I think it does. I think it feeds into how she plays the game. Her game looks completely different than that of everybody else's in the WNBA. Because the joke was always, if you want to watch fundamentals, go watch the WNBA. And she's not doing the fundamental type play. She's doing the exciting, I'm going to shoot it from the logo, Steph Curry type of changing the game stuff. Right?
Correct. And she had a really nice supporting cast at Iowa.
Yeah.
No disrespect to them. She had a nice supporting cast.
Yeah.
But she elevated everyone. Remove her from that Iowa team, they're near dead last in the Big Ten. During their little run, making a run in the Sweet 16 and everything else. Yeah. I mean, they just are. It is what it is.
Yeah.
She's doing that with your entire freaking league now. She's elevating your entire league. She's elevating the attendance. She's elevating all of the players' salary, elevating how they travel, probably elevating their dining. Like, she's elevating everything in your league.
Yeah.
And we have to have a conversation, and stories have to be written about how bad this really is for her to play in this league. If she turned around and gave deuces and like, hey, shoot, later, I'm out.
Pulled an Andrew Luck.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck can step away from Indianapolis. The NFL survives.
Yeah.
She steps away from the WNBA and says, look, my life means more to me than this. My career means more to me than this. Like,
that's the Andrew Luck comparison that I'm using, is he chose to step away because he wasn't getting the protection that he needed.
Correct.
Because he knew it was going to affect him later on down the road. And this is a similar example of that. She's not getting the protection that she needs, and this could affect her she's already had injuries due to other things.
Right. But I will argue with you all day long. You want son, you want us to argue? Here comes an argument. And you maybe won't argue with it. Yeah. She steps away from the WNBA. That league starts to collapse.
Oh, I think so, absolutely. I think you have some.
Don't agree with it.
No, I think you have some of the people that, because they got into the league and now they're a little bit more excited about it, you have those carryovers that are going to stay. There are people that just, like myself, I became a Minnesota Timberwolves fan because I really liked Kevin Love. Mm-hmm. Kevin Love left. I'm still a Timberwolves fan. You just kind of stick with it. I didn't stop liking the Timberwolves because he left. You're going to have people like that are going to be Indiana Fever fan because, you know what, I really enjoyed my time when Caitlin Clark was here, and I'm still going to root it on. But it's going to be like 20%.
Right. But the upper bowl of away games
absolutely
isn't open anymore.
Yeah.
All the Caitlin Clark jerseys and all the Fever jerseys and everything that you're seeing, the upper bowl is not open anymore.
They will reminisce on the times that she was there, and that'll be the highlight of their WNBA experience.
Right. And the 16,000 people per game at Indiana?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome to 9.
I'm kind of
Welcome to average.
I'm kind of on the train where I want to see her just torch the league. Like, just start winning championships and, like, being the actual best.
Just Brady it.
Yeah.
Just win everything.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't have anything vested in this, but just to shove it up everybody's ass about it, like...
Well, every other league has it figured out, and they understand. And it never slap the hand that feeds you, man.
Yeah.
Never slap the hand that feeds you. And why? They just routinely, from the top, working... And there's nobody under this commissioner, nobody that can look at this and just say, and challenge anyone and just say, hey, this isn't right.
Yeah.
What we're allowing to happen isn't right. Like, this isn't working out.
Well, Daddy stepped in. Adam Silver stepped in and said, hey, you got to do something.
But that's so pathetic.
I agree.
That's so pathetic.
I don't disagree.
That a commissioner of the men's league has to step in to help you make a no-brainer fucking decision.
I was going to try to get this episode out tomorrow, but I don't know about that.
Jeez. Why am I getting so mad? I don't even know why.
Well, because it's dumb. It's one of those things where you can see the right answer in front of you, and yet people continuously don't do it, right?
Pathetic.
I had my faith restored in humanity twice in the last couple of weeks, and it all happened out on the road. So there was an accident where a car had started on fire on I-90, and all of our fellow South Dakotans immediately got over into the left lane, and no jackwagons tried to do the whole, like, I'm gonna go as far as I can in the right lane.
And here comes Washington.
Yep, and try to cut in and do all that stuff. Nobody did that. Everybody did their job and did the right thing. And it was one of those things where I was just beaming. I was like a proud father. I'm like, I'm so happy to be from this state.
Yep.
From this town. We all did the right thing. We got over.
But here comes the car from Minnesota.
Right.
We're not.
But that's what you're
over.
talking about. It's like we're not doing the obvious thing that we need to do.
Correct.
And doing the right thing and not only protecting our best player, but just protecting all players in general. Another thing happened. I was taking the kids home from daycare the other day, and it was a similar situation, but somebody actually tried to do it. And so I'm at the light, and this lady comes up in the I'm getting ready to turn right. She comes up in the left lane, and she puts her blinker on and tries to get over right in front of me. And I'm usually not like this, but she caught me on a random day, and I'm like, no, you are not about to cheat 20 other people that are behind me and get in front of me. So I blocked her off.
Yep.
And I kept looking in the rearview mirror to see if some nice little South Dakotan was going to let her in. Never saw her car turn right till till it was ants in the mirror.
That's
right?
amazing.
And I was just like, let's go. We did the right thing.
I like.
Good job, everybody.
Yes. I like to call that teaching a lesson.
Yes.
Yes.
So, I mean, and that's what I'm like, just do the right thing. It's so clear and obvious what needs to be done and how you need to follow these rules in order to make everybody better, and they just choose not to. And there's going to be a point, and maybe I'm close to it just because I was never invested in anyway, where it's like, okay, I guess you don't really care that much. You want to bitch and moan about all the things you don't have. You have an opportunity to get it within the next 10, 15, 20 years because of this player or multiple players. And I would even argue you have 5, 6, 7 players in your league right now that could help you do that. This is the most depth of talent you've ever had in the WNBA, where we know more than 2 players that play.
Right.
I mean, I don't say that to be an asshole, but that's exactly what it is. Like, if you sat me down and were like, hey, how many NBA or WNBA players could you name? I could probably name more than 2.
Yeah.
I could probably get to 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Because the
you
talent
could do better than that.
Because the talent depth is so much better
right.
than it used to be.
Somebody was just begging me. I cannot remember, so I can't even give a shout out or credit anyone, but somebody was just begging me to start watching WNBA games because of how good they are. And I cannot remember who told me to do that, but now we have this conversation. So if there was any hope of me tuning in and being the one viewer out of the 16,000, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not interested anymore. I'm not. So whoever that was with the encouraging advice.
Thank you.
Thank you. However, no thanks. I can't do it.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how this whole thing plays out. I mean, it'll be interesting once we get a couple years down the road and see how this stuff changes. Now, again, relative to other leagues, I mean, yes and no. We did the data on it. And this league goes all the way back to the 80s, so they're not that new of a league, but they are new to this type of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Publicity.
Sure.
At this point, where people are actually taking an interest in talking, and well, this is what happens when you sign a broadcast deal, and more people get to see your sport, right?
Yep.
So you got to deal with these things and make sure that you're doing the right things to.
Doing the right thing.
Yeah. So.
Doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do.
For everybody.
Everyone.
Not just for one individual who plays in Indiana, but I mean, like, come on.
Christmas song, man. Be good for goodness sake. Right? If for nothing else, be good for goodness sake.
Nice. All right, last thing. We got to talk about it. And maybe we can actually...
Hey, did you see Mahomes is going to be back in week 1? He is an elite healer. That is amazing.
Again.
The goal, week 1.
I would have to sit down with his doctor for them to convince me that he actually tore his ACL.
He tore it. They called me.
Week 17 is when he tore it?
They called me. No, I think he tore it in week 8 and just played through it because he's tough as shit. I think that's when it happened. And now he's healing. And now he's projected to be back by week 1, which is utterly amazing. So you know what this saves me from? Justin Fields. I don't have to see Justin because I don't watch preseason. I don't. I know what the Chiefs have.
I was so hoping that Justin Fields would play a couple games just so I could bury my buddy Nate in his stupid Justin Fields conversation.
Yeah, but you got to be careful because he's with Andy Reid. And they got Bieniemy back.
Bieniemy back.
And they got Bieniemy back. So you want to be a little careful.
There's a lot of talk about Bieniemy yesterday and how they're like, oh, Bieniemy recognizes the need for a run game, so that's why they went out and got Super Bowl MVP. Blah, 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 blah.
And he'll be in a fist fight with Travis Kelce in week 3 again.
Bro's really good at recognizing the run game, but he can't recognize how to answer head coaching questions properly enough to get hired.
Sorry, Eric. We didn't mean for this to go off on you. However, you might want to take it easy on your buddy because if Fields sees some time in Andy Reid's offense and the way that Andy Reid can work with people, with Bieniemy, obviously going to be more balanced or run heavy. I love what you're doing right there. But with Mahomes back in week 1, I may not need to grind through and grit through the Justin Fields experiment.
Seriously though, he tore it in like week 17.
I don't. Maybe.
It was like one of the last games of the year,
Maybe.
something like that.
Yeah.
I got to find out because, and obviously everybody heals differently in the grade of whatever in the position that you play. But I find it really hard that it's the same injury that he tore his knee several weeks later. He's going to start week 1, but Micah Parsons tore it several weeks earlier, and he's not going to play until week 4.
Well, the goal is to play week 1.
I think everybody's goal would be to play week 1.
Listen, man, the ACL of a quarterback is not near the necessity of the ACL of an all-world defensive end / outside linebacker.
He tore it on December 14th.
There you go. It's going to be 8 months, 9 months in.
What? Did they both tear it on the same day? Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL on December 14th, 2025 during week 15. Micah Parsons tore his ACL on December 14th, 2025 it was the same week. Furthering my argument.
Listen, they can't both tear it against the Denver Broncos on December 14th.
Chargers.
Oh, okay.
Week 15.
I thought I said...
No.
I'm like, wait a minute.
No, week 15 against the Chargers. The injury came late in the fourth quarter when his knee buckled and he scrambled and extended a play, ultimately ending his season.
Sure did.
And then week 14 against the Broncos, non-contact injury, left knee, happened second half while he was pursuing Bo Nix, frequently underwent reconstructive surgery on December 29th.
Yep, see?
So...
Well, they must have grew him a little tougher down in Texas than they did Pennsylvania.
I guess. Expected to miss about 9 to 12 months.
To fully rehabilitate.
I mean, I guess if he's taking extra risk, that's different.
Or HGH.
Which people do. But anyway, not the topic of conversation at this
Performance
point.
enhancers.
Not the topic of conversation at this point. I want to get into...
Let's do it.
I need a little...
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do we need... This feels appropriate.
Oh, the old shiver. Speaking of Caitlin Clark, forearm shiver.
Yeah, no joke.
Stay on the ground, woman.
Every year, execs, coaches... I just lost all audio on my left ear.
Did you smack it? What'd you do?
I don't know. These cheap Philips headsets probably just gave away.
Mine's working fine.
That's good.
Well, yours.
Yeah.
That I'm allowed to use.
That's great. Oh, hey, it's kind of coming back a little bit.
Look at I found my stuff.
Nice.
We were going to save this.
Yeah, that's good. You should.
It was stuck to the bottom of my foot.
You absolutely should. So every year, NFL executive coaches and scouts get together and they fill out a ballot and they rank their top players at each position. And we're going to go over the quarterbacks today. And this is in aggregate. So, like, if you had 10 people and they all wrote it down, this is where everybody would line up and they'd be like, all right, I've got this person at 1, but I've got this person at 3, so therefore they're number 2 overall, right?
Correct,
so
correct.
That's where we're at. So, geez, that's going to bug me. Trying to get this thing to work again.
You want mine?
No, it's fine.
I can hear myself.
So we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. We'll probably have a couple of different discussions here, but honorable mentions that just missed the top 10 that could be ranked anywhere between 11, 12, and 13 are these 3 quarterbacks. Okay, in no particular order. You could replace them at any point at 11, 12, or 13. You have just missing the top 10, Jordan Love, Green Bay Packers quarterback. And then you have Jaden Daniels, Washington Commanders quarterback, and Sam Darnold, all just outside the top 10.
See,
do you know? Have you seen this list?
No.
So, and do you know who's at 10?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't, but I'm going to say this without seeing the list because this is my belief.
Yes.
You win a Super Bowl, you're in the top 10.
Okay, there's not very many of those. Oh, you're talking about Sam Darnold. Sorry. Yeah, gotcha.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
You win a Super Bowl with your team.
Yep.
And I get it. They ran the shit out of the ball. I get it.
Still did his job, and he's had 2 back-to-back
You had
great years.
a remarkable season with a rebuild, what people believe to be a rebuilding team with a new coach, newer coach. You win a Super Bowl, you should be automatically elevated into the top 10, even if it's 10. Even if it's 10. Because the way his career started and the way it evolved and what he has been able to do, coaching clearly matters.
Yeah.
Scheme matters.
Correct.
He won a Super Bowl. I'm not saying Hall of Fame. I'm saying top 10. Preseason list coming in. I feel like you should be automatically elevated.
But does 2 years of lights out play make up for 6+ years of not?
Coaching matters. Scheme matters. Player culture matters.
And that automatically puts you over the other 10 that are on this list.
At least to the 10th position. You
Interesting.
won a Super Bowl.
Okay.
And I have not seen the other list, which you're going to show me, and I might eat a big shit sandwich, and I'm okay with that.
Well, I can tell you,
but I don't think Daniels at 11 is right.
He had a terrible 25 season.
Lower.
And he had a good 24 season, and he's only two seasons in. So, I mean, we're talking, he's in the top 15. I mean, he's ranked ahead guys like, I would take Purdy, who's also not in this top 10 list, over McDaniels. I think he deserves to be in that 11, 12,
Which is funny because Purdy and Mayfield, both out of the list.
Yeah, Purdy, Mayfield, and Lawrence, who all last year had a way better season than McDaniels, and all have better proven track records over the course of the last 3 or 4 seasons.
And all 3 in MVP talks the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, and all 3 whose teams, well, Mayfield didn't, but Purdy and Lawrence made the playoffs. So
but they were all MVP talks.
Yeah. Not only that, but Jalen Hurts is also left off this list as well. He's down here. Still getting some disrespect. I'm not a huge Jalen Hurts guy, but again, he's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won 1, and he played fantastic in the first one that he lost.
That's horseshit. That's because people are reading into all the A.J. Brown comments and all the nonsense, and Jalen's starting all this riff in Philadelphia. Bullshit. Yeah. As long as dickhead Sirianni is there, that's where it starts and stops.
Yeah. Also receiving votes for Bo Nix, Daniel Jones, and C.J. Stroud, who are not in the top 10. But, yeah, I think you could take Jalen Hurts. I think there's arguments to be made for Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, and Sam Darnold to be in the top 10.
You win a Super Bowl, you're in top 10.
So there's definitely arguments there. But let's start off with number 10.
Do it.
You're not going to like it.
Don't care.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Highest ranking was 6 on anybody's list. He was unranked last year, age 24. They get into a lot of different things. There was basically some tiebreakers that they took where they said that Darnold, Love, and Jaden Daniels were all very close to being in that 10th spot. But they looked at tiebreakers, gathering input from several general managers and executives. So why did Williams barely win out the final position on this list? He's the hardest of the 4 teams to prepare for and defend. Is basically what it came down to.
Listen, I'll own it. If he learns how to throw the layup pass, he's a very good quarterback.
Yeah.
What he has shown, he has the ability to make the hard throws. He has the ability to move and scramble and move pockets. If he can start to make the layup throws and not miss them by 5 yards, he's a very good quarterback.
Yeah. And I think there's some other late game decisions that he needs to make.
Correct.
A little bit better.
Which
now
he'll mature.
Listen, he had a couple of miraculous things that happened in the playoffs last year that just left you going, I don't even know how that happens.
Correct.
But you can't, I think it's incredibly hard for you to make a career off of that.
Right.
Where you're just throwing things up and hoping it ends up in the right position every single time.
Right, because at the same time, a 12-yard hitch, he misses it by 6 yards.
Because
absolute layup, wide open pass.
And depends on who you got down there. I mean, I used to give that same kind of argument against Mahomes when he first started. I'm like, how does he just throw things up and people go get him? Well, Tyreek Hill was the one going to get them.
Correct.
And I'm not saying he's got anybody like that, but take Tyreek Hill out of the offense, and Mahomes hasn't been able to do that since.
No.
Or he just floats it,
Nope.
So we'll see.
It's starting to come back with Worthy, though. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Worthy's kind of that kind of guy. Yeah. He's developing.
Yeah. I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. Obviously, I've got some bias here with him being the Bears quarterback, Caleb Williams. I'm a Packer fan, yada, yada, yada. I think overall, if I just look at my eyes and what I'm seeing, I think the total package here, I would probably prefer a guy like either Purdy or Love in that 10 spot over him. I don't think he's quite there yet. I think we're giving Caleb a ton of flowers only 2 years into this.
I was going to say he's year 3 this year,
This will be year 3.
Yeah.
Yep. And
a little too early.
Yeah, so that's a lot of flowers. And obviously, I think I don't disagree with this tiebreaker where they say that he's harder to plan for.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. We'll see as we enter into the 3rd year now. Number 9. sits Jared Goff. Again, seems really high for a guy that hasn't really... I don't know, man. Goff's last 2 seasons stack up well against any other quarterback. Over that time, he threw for 9,000 yards, 71 touchdowns, and his only 4 quarterbacks have more 4,500 passing seasons than Goff, which would be Breeze, Brady, Matt Ryan, and Peyton Manning. That's quite a class for Goff, whose consistent Pro Bowl performance overshadowed the Rams. The biggest deal for Goff, for me, is he doesn't make them, even though he's playing well, the Lions are still kind of faltering a little bit.
Doesn't elevate.
Yeah, he's not elevating the team around him.
Listen,
anybody that's not on this list, would you put them in place?
I've said it 1,000 times on these shows.
Yeah.
I've said it. I love Jared Goff.
Yep.
I love his precision. I love what he does. I love how he can hit every level of throwing the ball down the field. I love that. I would still put Darnold ahead of him for incoming this season.
What about Purdy?
I'd put Purdy ahead of him.
Okay.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, interesting. Again, I'm having a hard time with this. You got 2 NFC North quarterbacks ranked ahead of my guy.
Yep.
Just telling you.
Yep.
I just feel like people are missing the boat on Jordan, and maybe that's fine. Maybe it's okay. I think he's in route for something that's going to be pretty great. Because when he does play and he consistently plays well, I think he can make every throw in the game. So
Love isn't going to get the credit until he stops shitting the bed in the playoffs. It's that simple.
Yeah, and he didn't this last year. I mean, whatever. We won't get into it. But
No.
Now this is a case again.
No.
Where I think we're giving a lot of credit to a guy that hasn't been in here. So his highest ranking was 5. He was unranked last year. He's 23 years old. Just came off of a Super Bowl performance, which was not great. His overall playoff performance is actually really, really bad. So I don't even know how we're having this conversation. But Drake May comes in at number 8 for the New England Patriots.
I just made the argument that a quarterback who won the Super Bowl should be in the top 10. I didn't say make the Super Bowl because that guy in New England played like ass in the Super Bowl. Seattle made him look silly.
Yeah.
I would put Hurts, Purdy.
The Texans made Drake May look silly.
Correct. I would put 4 people.
And had it not been
off
for C.J. Stroud turning the ball over 400 times in that game, they would have never even come close to the Super Bowl.
4 people not in the top 10 I would elevate above Drake May. Yes, I did say you win a Super Bowl, you should be in the top 10. He didn't win it. In fact, did he play? I don't even know that he played
in the
Super Bowl.
He spent 2 years in the league.
It was abysmal.
If you take his last 2 years versus Darnold's last 2 years, who should be in the 8th spot? Who should be in the bottom of the list?
Right there, NFL defensive coach. NFC defensive coach. He's really talented, but I need to see more. Then why is he sitting at 8? Nope. No.
I think he's got great potential. Obviously, his accuracy is pretty good.
Does he?
May is the 3rd NFL quarterback since 2006 to lead the NFL. I mean, we were talking about him as a potential MVP candidate for most of the year.
That's fine in a very dummied-down system. In a very generic, dummied-down system.
Dummied-down system versus some of the lowest producing teams. I mean, they had, I think, one of the easiest schedules in NFL history last
They
year.
had the easiest schedule in NFL history, which you can find on previous episode on the Armchair Authority.
In 2024, multiple teams wanted to trade up to get May.
Scroll. I'm done. Scroll. I'm done.
All right, number 7, you've got Justin Herbert.
Again.
Another favorite of yours.
Again.
What is it?
This is not an AFC West thing for me. This is not because I'm a Chiefs fan. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me, Justin?
Yeah.
What have you done for the Chargers?
But
your saving grace was Jim Harbaugh coming to town, right? And he's going to know how to maximize Justin Herbert's performance and maximize his skill set and everything else. What have you done? Don't tell me about the injuries the Chargers have had. Don't tell me about not having playmakers or any of that stuff. What has Justin Herbert done to deserve a 7 ranking? In my opinion, nothing. He would fall out of the top 10, and there's still 4 guys out of the 10 that I would put in that spot.
Listen,
it's not because of AFC West. It's not.
He's a top 10. Listen, he's better than Drake May. He's better than Jared Goff.
No, he's
not. He's
not.
more proven than Caleb Williams.
No,
he's got more talent than half the guys on the bottom of the list.
May out. Williams. If this is a running thing right now, May out. Williams out. Goff can stay at 10. Move some of these other guys in. Herbert out, or maybe at 10. No, I'll disagree with you all day on that.
I think you've got some serious bias going on for Herbert.
What has he done, Ryan?
What have any of these other guys done? I'm just going off
the
pure
guy not in the
talent
top
based
10
on-
that just won a Super Bowl. The guy that's out of the top 10 that's won 2. What do you want?
I just think he's accomplished more. He's got more talent than a bunch of these other guys. I think he's been more consistent. There are, I think if you put him on 25 other teams, they're making the playoffs.
Great. Really? Because he can't with the team that he's been on for 7 years or whatever.
They're still figuring out the offensive line.
Stop it.
Just
stop it. Put him at 10. Move on.
Where was the Chargers O-line ranking this last year?
Who gives a shit?
I do, because the quarterback needs time to throw. Every time you watch him, he's running for his life.
A quarterback with the absolute worst offensive line ranking played in the Super Bowl X number of years ago against Tom Brady. The worst ranking offensive line in the NFL the quarterback found a way to get the team to the Super Bowl.
Around 30th overall.
Good.
Is where they stand.
Good.
30th. How many teams are in the league? 32.
Has he had the 30th ranked overall offensive line during his entire career?
What was that, 2020 that they made it? The Chiefs, where they got piss pounded by Tampa? They're 15th. Get off your high horse.
No, because they were all beat to shit throughout the entire playoffs and had a bunch of backups.
Nobody remembers that. Nobody remembers that.
They're
gonna look back and go, oh, they had the 15th rank and they still couldn't do anything about it.
No, they were.
Also, you played probably one of the
backups.
best pass rushing defenses in the entire NFL for the last 10 years. You got your ass beat and just admit it. Move on.
They were pulling guys from grocery stores to play O-line for him. Herbert, put him at 10, move on.
But he consistently has a sub 30 ranked O-line. Put him behind 15 or better, and I guarantee you the outcome changes.
No, sorry.
Did you not watch the playoff game that he was in where he's running for his life every single time?
If he's not important enough to protect as an organization, then he's not important enough to move
That's
up
an
to
indictment
number
on the
7.
organization, and you know the Chargers have had an inability to do what's right for the last however long.
But the savior's there, Ryan. Jim Harbaugh's there, and he's going to fix everything that's wrong with the Chargers. We had a great draft. We're going to win the AFC West every year in the preseason.
Yeah, you definitely don't sound like this isn't an AFC West.
He doesn't belong at 7. Put him at 10. He's established.
Listen, of the 10 that are on here, okay?
I only know 4 so far.
Right. Of the 4 that you've seen, he's better than 10, 9, and 8. He belongs to be above those 3 guys.
I struggle with Jared. I don't think he's better than Jared. I don't.
Jared can't move.
Herbert can't either because he's hurt half the season. Because he's not well protected, according to you.
You're high.
Might be.
Number 6.
That's a hell of an allegation.
Dak Prescott.
No, higher.
You think he should be higher?
Higher.
32-year-old quarterback. Highest ranking on anyone's list was 3. He was unranked last year due to some injuries and things like that.
Higher than 6.
But here's the thing.
Better than
what
that.
has he accomplished?
He's better than that.
Other than consistently getting bounced in the first round.
Trust these little round jobbers. Trust these little round jobbers right
He's
in your
better
eyes.
than that. So how come he gets the benefit of the doubt, but a guy like Herbert doesn't?
Better quarterback.
Are you sure?
Yep. Deals with pressure better. Better quarterback.
Because from what I've seen, that it was plagued with 15 interceptions in 2022.
He has worked his way through far less quality coaching than Herbert has in his career. Yep.
One's 32 and the other one's 20.
Hey, now wait a minute. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I should have asked this first. Is this a compilation of their career coming into the season or just X number, recent seasons where they compare? Is this like a compilation of overall, this is what I've done for you lately? Or is this just based on how they played the last couple seasons, this is where we're going to rank them?
So, NFL surveyed league executives, coaches, and scouts to help us rank the top 10 players in 11 different positions, and this is the 7th edition of the annual ranking. How it works is voters gave their own top 10 player at a position, then we compiled the results and ranked the candidate based on the number of top 10 votes composed on average of a dozen interviews with research and film and study from help of Matt Bowden, as well as ESPN research. More than 70 votes submitted on the ballot, one on at least one position, and in many cases all positions. Additional voting and following up calls for those surveyed contributed to placements.
Okay, so I gotta
fine-tune this. Was not a 5-year projection or a career achievement award, but meant to answer a simple question: who are the best players right now?
Okay, very good. See, parameter in place. Now I can go. Prescott, last year, playing right now, higher than 6.
Higher than 6,
Yes.
without even seeing who else is left.
Higher than 6. Yep.
That's wild. Because we haven't talked about Josh Allen. We
Doesn't
haven't
matter.
talked about Patrick Mahomes.
Doesn't matter.
We haven't talked about Joe Burrow.
I'm not putting Mahomes in the top 5. Based on what he's done the last 2 seasons, I'm not putting him in the top 5. I'm not, and I'm a fan, and I'm not doing it.
And I don't necessarily disagree with you, but even if you are solely trying to base this off of what have you done for me lately, as you said.
Yep.
NFL execs are still looking at this as like, okay, who do I want to start a franchise
They're
with?
still holding on with Mahomes in particular.
They've got
They're still holding on.
rose-colored lenses, man.
They do. What he has done in the first 7 seasons and some of the miraculous stuff, and oh my God, nobody can make that throw. They're still holding on to he's going to bring that magic back, and I don't know that it's going to come back. Not here to dispute that. I wouldn't put him in the top 5 based on 2 consecutive seasons in which data has fallen off tremendously.
I mean,
I wouldn't put him in top 5.
I don't disagree with that. You have guys like my brother who kind of have that recency bias where they think if they were starting a franchise and they could pick between all the players that have ever existed, Mahomes would be the guy that they would start with. And I'm like,
depends on what season you're talking before I start making that.
So as of right now, 6 through 10,
higher.
I don't really. These are interchangeable for me between Herbert and Prescott. Because I think you get similar production out of both of them, and I think if you were asked the average Cowboy fan who they would take, Dak or Justin, I think you'd have a 50-50 split. I think you've got guys that think Dak is just fine, and I think you've got other people that would be like, I think I'd take Herbert. He's a little bit younger, and he kind of possesses the same exact qualities and skill level.
I don't know, dude. I don't watch.
Outside of age and experience, I don't really think there's much more that Dak gives you that Herbert doesn't.
I don't watch a lot of Cowboy games. I don't. But I have seen the man play. I've watched games in which Dak has played, and when Dak is locked in and Dak is having a game, it is superior to that of Justin Herbert being locked in. And I get to see Herbert twice a year, every single year, and I don't see anything overwhelming. Prescott locked in, focused, lead the team, win games that they have no business winning because of a piss-poor defense that they've had recently. Dak is a superior quarterback. I'm there. Move him up. Move him up.
And listen, this is from a guy that likes Dak Prescott. I don't really see a ton of difference between the two.
Move him up.
I think there's plenty of people that would go out and go, yeah, I'll take Justin as my starting quarterback.
Good. Take him. You're going to lose. Take him.
You're going to lose with Dak Prescott, too.
Yeah, you're going to lose with Mahomes. Let's go.
No, but you're missing the point. You're missing the point.
No, I'm not going to agree with you.
No, you're talking about, like, what have you done for me lately? What has he accomplished? Dak hasn't accomplished anything. He's got no MVPs. He's got, like, one playoff win. They consistently get bounced in the first round. They consistently underperform.
How many years?
The biggest thing I can give Dak Prescott in pressure or in playoff situations is he finds a way to kind of turn it on late and give his team an opportunity to come back.
Sure.
That's usually by the time the defense is playing prevent anyway. But like he's never gone out and won a playoff game by himself like the rest of these 5 have.
Fine, but I'm going to go here. I'm coming at you now with no proactive data in my back pocket. I would argue that Justin Herbert gets the ball back in his hands more often because of a better defense consistently in San Diego, in Los Angeles. Sorry.
How dare you?
I would argue he gets the ball back in his hands more often because of a much superior defense than Dak Prescott has had the benefit of.
I don't know if I would necessarily disagree with that.
I think Herbert gets more touches and does less.
But guess what?
with
The
them.
production's about the same, I would venture to guess. And look who Dak has had the opportunity to throw the ball to over the course of the last few years. He's got better wide receivers, better tight ends. He's had better running backs.
And always playing from behind with
and
very few
offensive
turnovers.
And a better offensive game over the course of the last 5 years than Herbert has.
And always having to play from behind because the defense can't stop a soul. Consistently. Herbert touches the ball.
If you put Herbert on the Cowboys with those weapons, I think it's a pretty decent increase in overall. And I like Dak Prescott.
No.
I was sitting here arguing him to win MVP 2 years ago.
No. Herbert, no.
I just don't think you like Herbert.
I don't like Herbert, and I'm trying to remain objective here. No. Everybody, Ryan, everybody keeps making excuses to include you for Justin Herbert.
They do the same thing with Josh Allen, too, and you don't like him.
He had a bad coach. He had a bad bullshit. He's had Brady. He's had Joe Brady. Is that his name? Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator? He had Dable. He had Brady. He had these really good offensive people around him. We can't. When can we stop making excuses for Justin Herbert? Oh, that was a defensive coach. He just doesn't understand offensive philosophy.
Listen, I'm not saying he's a top 5 quarterback, but he's at least top 10.
I didn't say he's out of the 10th. You can put him at 10. You can put him at 10.
But you're acting like he's like one of the worst because he keeps getting all these stuff made.
That's not true.
There's still 25 teams that would take him as their starting quarterback.
Well, right. There's still X number of teams that would take Justin Fields as their starting quarterback.
No, there's
Brian.
not.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
I'm not saying kick him out of the top 10.
No, there's not, because you know why? There's been opportunities like the Cardinals, like the Miami Dolphins and such that have had opportunities to take Justin Fields as their starting quarterback, and they have chose to go different routes. They've chose to get the Malik Willis and the friggin' Jacoby Brissetts of the world to start, and they still don't. So that's a terrible argument. You need to move on.
That's because they're handcuffed to bad contracts and they can't do anything to get a good player.
That is not true at all.
It is too. Look at the Dolphins.
The Dolphins dumped over $100 million worth of contracts in the last couple of years. They could have signed anybody they wanted. And now they made a trade for. They went out and signed Malik Willis.
Yeah, now they're on the hook for like $90 million to a guy that doesn't even play for him anymore. I'm not saying kick Herbert out of the top 10, move him down.
But the way you talk
list.
about him is like everybody's made so many excuses that he doesn't even belong in this conversation right now.
They do. They make excuses for Justin every single year. Every year, Justin Herbert gets a freaking free pass because of this or this or this bullshit.
It's the same thing with your quarterback too.
My quarterback, the Chiefs quarterback, has won Super Bowls.
Not recently.
Doesn't matter. He's won how many since he came into the league?
But he's about to be ranked probably in the top 4 or whatever is on this list.
And I already said it. I wouldn't put him there.
I understand that, but they're still making excuses based on what he's done. We already talked about this is right now.
And I'm talking right now. I wouldn't put him in the top 5.
But they're going to do that.
Hell,
where's
the
argument?
Left.
Where's the argument from you where it's like, how come they're making? He's coming off of 2, if not 3 years of poor production, and we can get into this when we eventually get to him, and an ACL injury, and he's still going to be ranked that high.
Because
why are we making excuses for him to be ranked that high? He should be ranked lower.
I can't justify that. I didn't. This isn't my rankings are coming. This is somebody's rankings that they already put out there. My rankings are coming, and I wouldn't put him in the top 5.
But that's
in fact, that Joe Bag of Donuts right there, I would move him higher than 5.
You would go Lamar Jackson higher than 5?
I would move him higher than 5.
Interesting.
And I don't need to see what's at 4, 3, 2, 1. I would move him higher than 5.
Well, we know so we know that we haven't talked about Burrow. We haven't talked about
Nobody
Allen.
makes excuses for him. He just pulls himself out of important games. That's it. That's it.
We have, of course, are talking Lamar Jackson, number 5. Highest ranking he's ever had was 1. Lowest is unranked. Last year he was ranked number 4. He's 29 years old, and they're putting him here at number 5.
Yeah.
Overall.
And I got to eat a shit sandwich, but the man's won 2 MVPs. Right?
And that second one is arguable.
I know, but I'm not a big fan of running back under center. Very well documented.
Sure.
Right? I would move him higher than 5.
Sure. Listen.
You put him versus Justin Herbert on a team, I can tell you which team's going to win more games.
I don't have any.
And nobody makes excuses
I'm not arguing for Herbert over Lamar Jackson. That's for sure.
No.
I'm not doing that.
Down goes Justin.
Number 4.
Here we go.
Joe Burrow.
Can't argue. If the man can stay healthy, he's waiting. He's right on the cusp of an MVP. Because what have you done for me lately? He has done significantly more with less. And don't tell me about his receiving core and whatever, because he's got one. He's got Jamar Chase that's truly legitimate. The other guy can't stay on the field. He can't stay healthy. And they fill him with a bunch of slot receivers and guys that are just kind of hodgepodgers. Burrow has been on the cusp of MVP. He stays healthy. He's probably winning 1, if not 2, by now. He's legit there at number 4.
Several voters took them out of their top 5 due to his 16 games missed since 2023. When it comes to pure quarterback play, though, Joe Burrow is considered the closest resemblance to Brady as of today. So best pocket movement in the league, accelerated vision, best in the league. The latter, Burrow's processing speed at the line of scrimmage and post-snap. Not big or fast, slightly above our average arm, but the other stuff makes him go. NFL coordinator took it a step further, saying Burrow doesn't just play in a system, he is the system, and he's the whole thing.
And here's the deal. Here's a comparison for you. Burrow made the Super Bowl. Didn't win it, but made it. Played his ass off in a very competitive game. Drake May made the Super Bowl at number 8. Barely knew he was on the field. Didn't even know he existed.
Sure.
Right? Couldn't do a thing. Defenses weren't that much better between Seattle and whoever Burrow played, the Rams or whoever the hell they played.
So, riddle me this, and I am a huge Joe Burrow guy. Like, I've been on record saying, like,
he's going to be an MVP guy.
Listen,
stays healthy.
I've been on record saying if he was available, if he ever got tired of Cincinnati, like, should Green Bay go and make a make a play at it
immediately.
Right? Like trade Love and like 3 first-round picks. And
immediately.
Right?
Yep. Sell 3 of your children and go get it.
Right. Are we having the same conversation around Burrow if that 2021 season doesn't happen?
I think so.
Are we just talking about a guy that's never made a Super Bowl, that has missed a ton of games due to injury,
No,
has a lot of talent? Is he more along the lines of a Herbert conversation because he hasn't done the things that you're talking about if we take the 21 season out?
He's missed a lot of games. His
talent's undeniable.
Correct. And whatever. How would those games had turned out? How would those seasons have turned out had he been healthy for all of them? That would probably be a pretty defining factor in this argument.
I think you can do that for a lot of
because he was on a tear.
Yeah.
Right? They always start 0-2, 0-3, whatever the case is, and then goes on a tear, and then boom, he's hurt. I think he's legit number 4.
Yeah. I think the narrative changes a little bit if that 21 season goes a little bit differently. If he doesn't make a Super Bowl within his first 2 years of being a starter, and then you have all the injuries pile up, and he can't beat Mahomes, and it's everything that goes along with it, right? Because in the following season they had another opportunity to take Mahomes out, but then you had the late hit by the linebacker on Mahomes out of bounds, and it was a whole deal and all of that, right? And that changed the whole kind of complexity, and then he gets all these injuries.
If Caitlin Clark got that love, I'd feel way differently about the WNBA.
Yeah. But I do think it's an interesting conversation because I'm like, are we just talking about him as Herbert number 1 or number 2 if that one season doesn't happen? Because to your point, he's made a Super Bowl, but he doesn't have any MVPs. He can't stay healthy. There's a lot of different things going on here.
The only thing I think his win-loss column would look tremendously different. So would his playoff win-loss column if he had stayed healthy for those 16 or whatever games.
But on the flip side, he comes back halfway through the season last year after an injury, and damn near gets them into the playoffs.
Correct.
So, and we were all sitting here talking that he shouldn't even play. There's no even just sit out and.
He was my MVP.
I think he would have won it had he stayed healthy.
Yeah, might have.
So, Matt Stafford at 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So reigning MVP, still got it, 38, still playing at a high level. He's Sean McVay.
Mr. Consistent, really good coach.
Yep.
Really, really good coach. Knows how to run the offense very well. Elite.
Had they not ran into the defensive buzzsaw that was Seattle, probably has another ring this last year.
Well, and not have to play your way twice through Seattle every season and twice through the 49ers. And the 49ers, defensively, they're still going to hit you in the freaking mouth.
Yeah.
But Mr. Consistent.
He was about the only guy that would consistently put up points against Seattle last year. Every single time they played him, I think they averaged 25 plus points. Meanwhile, nobody else could put up more than 15 on him.
Yeah.
So, between him and McVay, and he's got a great receiving core in Puka and Devontae Adams, and now you've got Myles Garrett on the other side. They're going to be tough to beat this year. I don't have any problems with him being 3. I think he's the gold standard of veteran quarterbacks at this point.
Yeah, you might as well just stop. I know where the list is going to end up. Josh Allen at number 1. Yep, fair. Keep him right there. This guy?
Patrick Mahomes at number 2.
No way. Nope.
I think it's hard. I think it's hard for a guy that didn't have a great season. Team missed the playoffs. He has an injury.
2 years in a row.
I'd argue 3.
2 years. Well, right. But decline. Injury or not, that decline was on.
Yeah, they even
and
talk
there was
about
no
it here.
saving it.
3 consecutive seasons of subpar production for his standards. They put in little parentheses there. Mahomes relinquished his crown for the number 1 spot despite leading all quarterbacks in first place votes. His average rank of 2.19 per ballot was just shy of Allen's. More voters than usual kept him out of their top 3, which is about 15%. NFL personnel director noted a weak supporting cast in Kansas City.
Come on.
Camouflaging Mahomes' greatness.
Come on.
Chiefs have struggled with run efficiency in recent years, and receiver Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, and Hollywood Brown never blossomed into the consistent threat.
Weak supporting cast. Come on.
And then you add on to the ACL injury, snaps his 125-game streak without logging 3 consecutive losses. There's a lot of things going on there. One veteran NFL defensive coach was critical of Mahomes' overall play. Mahomes struggled even before the injury last year, held the ball too long, forced throws when it wasn't necessary, still has a tendency to chase the big play instead of keeping the offense on schedule. Things that we have talked about on this show, not only between him but also Aaron Rodgers. And if they don't have him, they win 3 games tops last year.
Maybe, but I have complained about it.
I think that's always a good barometer. If if this quarterback isn't a part of that team, like how many wins are they worth?
Sure, but you can do it with everybody.
That's
right?
what I mean. I'm just saying.
But I have complained. I've complained about it for X number of seasons in a row with Mahomes under center. Won't take the short game when he needs to take the short game.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you'd see some games where it's like, oh, the Raiders are going to play too deep on him. Okay, now he's going to take the short game. And and he does. To some degree, he takes a short game. But then all of a sudden the ego kicks in. And it's like, I got to start throwing the long ball. I got to show people that I can still throw. I got to start taking the long ball. And he starts throwing this shit. And it's missing receivers by 7 to 10 yards and whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's an incomplete pass. It's now 4th down. Now you're punting. You had a route. You had a hitch right here at 7 yards where the guy could have caught it, turned around, and fell forward for a first down. Wide open. You're still looking beyond the short game because your ego is still getting in the way. Chiefs fan, love Mahomes. Ego is still getting in the way. His production decline, not number 2. With the guys that are now 1 through 5, I would struggle to put him in top 5. I would very much so.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't.
And I've watched every Chiefs game for the last 52 years.
Yeah, I understand
right?
that.
I've watched every damn game. So when they say, oh, the things he can do and the miracles he can create and do all this stuff, no. A failure in production is a failure in production. You've got a great coach. You've had very good offensive coordinators. You now most recently have had defenses that have been ranked in the top 10 midway through the late part of the season.
Yeah.
You don't have excuses. You don't have any of these excuses. Him being ranked number 2 is because of what he's done, not where he's at.
Yeah.
That's horseshit. They went against their own parameter in developing him in this list. I wouldn't put him top 5.
But that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. I think they have these rose-tinted glasses about what he's been and not what he is currently.
Yep.
With that said, I think objectively, I still don't think I'd put him any further down than 3. You know, I think I would swap him and Stafford at this point just based off of all of it. There's a lot of different things hindering it, like what we talked about with, you're coming up with excuses about supporting cast, he's injury, all of that other stuff. But if I'm going into this season, I'm not taking maybe Burrow, but I'm not taking Lamar over him. I'm not taking Prescott. I'm not taking Herbert or May or Goff or Williams over him. So if I had to really be argumentative about it, I wouldn't put him any lower than 4. I would. And not just because I'm trying to argue with you or be any different. I would. Watched him play. Several years in a row, I was never frustrated with a loss related to the Chiefs because of Mahomes. The last 2 seasons, I think he gets to wear directly on his shoulders a handful of losses because of things that he did or did not do during the game. Yeah. He still finds a way to win, though. I know, but he started to look Travis Kelce-like lifeless in the last couple seasons where it's like, I don't care. I just threw a bad ball or I just purposely threw an incomplete pass to avoid an INT or whatever it is. Now we're punting the ball away, doing whatever. And he looked lifeless. Yeah. It was just like, ho-hum, I'm out here. It had a look about it, Ryan, of I'm collecting my paycheck. I'm trying to avoid injury. I'm collecting my paycheck. I've had success recently. Yeah. So what? If I give up in this game, if I give up 2 games from now, whatever. It had that look about it. It had that smell. Yeah. That smell was there, right? I don't necessarily disagree because we were sitting here going, how can this, when they went on that Super Bowl run where they eventually lost to the Eagles, but I'm like, that team didn't pass the eyeball test to me. No. And they just kept winning 1-score game after 1-score game after 1-score game after 1-score game after 1-score game, and I'm like, well, they keep finding a way. He keeps finding a way to win. It's not, and I'm always like, it's not a recipe for success, but for them it was that year. But it's just, I don't know. But then and that's kind of the thing that keeps me from wanting to put him further down the list because he's gonna find, like, if he keeps it close, he's gonna find a way. It seems like. But they gave him better wide receivers. Right? They gave him guys that could produce in the NFL. They gave him better wide receivers. They gave him a significantly better defense and a special teams unit. The kicker, the punter, everything. They gave him all these things around him. So weak supporting cast my ass. They gave him every part of the ball from the defensive side to the special teams. Everything significantly improved. Yeah. And he continued to decline. Coach was steady and consistent. OC was steady and consistent. His play just fell off. Yeah. No, not top 5. Sorry. Yeah. I agree a lot with this comment about how he's consistently looking for the big play.
He does.
Instead of just taking what's given to him.
He does.
That hits me right in the heart because I know how that feels in the last couple of years of Rodgers in Green Bay. So
he does.
And then they have Josh Allen at number 1.
Undisputed.
Yeah, not a lot of argument here. Dude does it consistently. I mean, 50 rushing touchdowns, 200 passing touchdowns. He does it on both the air and the ground. A lot of people were kind of arguing about him just kind of being force-fed an MVP last year because it was his time. But you could also argue that same sentiment about Lamar the year prior to that, when it probably should have been Christian McCaffrey during Lamar's year. And I can't remember who. It probably should have been Josh Allen the year before that. But then, sorry, it was Matt Stafford last year.
Yeah,
my apologies.
Yep.
I'm off a year. But I don't think there's any. I think anybody would take Josh Allen at this point. And if you're not that guy, you're probably lying to yourself or you just don't really like him. Because I think he just makes you that much better. And yeah, he didn't really, I would say he's one of the main reasons why they couldn't beat the Broncos in that playoff game. I think he just played a really bad game.
Yep.
And that was his best opportunity to do what he needed to do last year to get to a Super Bowl and potentially win one. Because he didn't have to go through Lamar. There was no Joe Burrow. There was no Patrick Mahomes. He had a gifted run. But again, I think there's a lot of things that the Bills have let him down with too, with the supporting cast that could help him be a little bit better, especially defensively, and maybe a couple of pass catchers as well.
Yep.
But
objective argument right here. I don't like him. And it's not his character. I don't like him because I don't like the Chiefs playing against him because he freaking kills the Chiefs regular season wise.
Yeah. Well, how many times have we like even in those playoff games where he'd lead them down, score a touchdown.
He did everything he could do to win the game,
and then their defense would shit the bed and let a field goal happen in 23 seconds.
I don't like him because I don't like the Chiefs playing against him.
Yeah.
Well-deserved number 1 sits right there, and I don't really necessarily feel at this point like number 2 is close.
Yeah,
like he's on top.
Yeah, he is, and I hate saying this, he is what Caleb Williams could be if he figures it out.
Yeah,
similar skill set. They're really hard to contain in the pocket.
Maturity for Caleb's got to come along.
Exactly. I said that's the caveat is if he figures it out.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's got the similar skill set there. So, I mean, if he can figure out how to hit those short games and take what the defense gives him and then also use his legs to extend plays and make those crazy throws, absolutely.
But there is no way.
It's between the ears type of thing.
Correct. But there is no way that Caleb Williams is going to take the physicality and the shots that Josh Allen takes.
No.
And still stay upright and still be mobile and productive.
Yeah.
Not two totally different players there.
Yeah.
Caleb, when his eyes go downfield and he runs well. But he is getting out of bounds as quickly as possible. That mamma jamma at number 1 is going to drop a shoulder and run your ass clean over.
Yeah. I got to... Why?
Why are we getting Sherwin-Williams?
Because
I was get a sponsor?
Yeah, right. Yeah, so he's got about 4 inches and 10 pounds on Williams.
Oh.
Yeah. Williams at 6'1", 226, and Josh at 6'5", 237.
Yeah. Plays like he's 280.
Yeah. The thickness.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
We have some other ones that we can look at later on. So they just released their running backs, corner, like that one.
I'm going to have fun with that one.
That one would be kind of fun. Wide receivers is always a good topic of conversation that just came out yesterday.
That's tough. You get into the wide receivers, maybe a little bit in the running backs, but you get into the wide receivers, and all of a sudden you start seeing the names and you start forgetting about people until and then you see the name and it's like, ooh, God, it's like, what's his name? Nakua? Puka. Yeah. You see Puka, right?
Yeah.
Or you forget about it. And you see this list and it's going, it's like, and all of a sudden, here comes Puka. And you're like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
That's hard about the way. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe we save that for next week. We can talk about some running backs.
We're not doing safeties.
No. I would think running backs, edge rushers, and wide receivers, maybe tight ends. Maybe.
Tight ends is fine. I'd be totally open
running
to
back conversation, edge rusher, wide receiver.
Let's do O tackles, man. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun.
I don't know if I might have a lot of it,
but here's the deal.
Interjection going on.
Ryan, here's the deal. Now, hear me out. Hear me out on this. There are...
How many Charger offensive tackles do you think are in the top 10?
None. None, because, whatever. But there are offensive tackles. Now, here's the deal. Here's the parameters I'm coming into with, and I don't care about that right now stuff. But there are left tackles who can play right. There are right who can play left. There are tackles who can play guard and guards who can play tackle. Like, there's kind of a nice little hybrid player
For sure.
coming into the NFL because that big, dominant Willie Roaf style left tackle isn't necessarily so much of a thing anymore. I mean, for some teams with quarterbacks who aren't mobile, they got the big mamma jammas out there. But guys that can move around and move the pocket, they're starting to get some of these nimble, lightweight guys that are more athletic, really good drop step, really good hands. You know, might be a little light in the run game, but there's some pretty cool dudes out there at tackle. And I've never played O-line.
Sure.
But there's some cool dudes in the tackle position. We got to give them a little love.
Love for the big guys. All right. Well,
God, this is what a great day. What a great episode. Jeez, I about fell out of my chair.
yeah. Well, we accomplished at least one of the things that we got feedback on from your kid, where it was like, hey, you could argue about some stuff. The other thing we missed by a mile. So keep it about an hour.
We ain't been here in 2 weeks. Do the average.
We're at 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Do the average. There's a lot of good stuff in here.
There is. Yeah, it's just going to take people a long time to get through it.
Nah,
so
but
that's good.
don't listen.
Yeah. And believe it or not, there was even more that I could have added based on I wanted to get into the Joey Chestnut stuff again because there were some more things that came across my feed.
You
that I thought was
knock
pretty
it right off. I saw that come up in the boy text too, and I'm like, I'm not even entertaining.
I came across a whole training video that he does.
You're going to keep going. You're going to keep going. I'm
not
talking about.
Maybe
Chestnut.
I'll save it for next week.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. And you're doing that episode alone because I'm not talking about Joey Chestnut anymore. But see, quick turnaround.
Yeah.
This can be a longie because we'll have a
shoddy
next week because it's going to be a quick turnaround.
Could be
because Ryan's got to work.
I do. I got to travel. So
whatever.
Anyway, thank you guys for being who you are, for being a part of the show. If you want to be a part of the show, you can always hit us up at the Armchair Authority at gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter. If you want to support the show, you can buy a shirt, tpublic.com. Links in the description for that. Please tell a friend. It's the only way we can gain traction with this thing. So if you want other people to listen to our nonsense for 2 hours, tell a friend. You know, be like, hey, there's a couple of dads that I listen to argue about Justin Herbert for an hour. You should go listen to him.
The more you say his name,
yeah,
I'm dropping his ass out of the top 10. I am. Because now I'm running that list through my head, and the guys that aren't in, I might move him. I might move him completely out.
Yeah.
But go ahead and make excuses for him. Do it.
Okay.
Make some more.
Yeah. So good stuff today. If you feel like it was worthy of a 5-star review, you can go ahead and leave that on your podcast of choice. And I got nothing else. I'm not going to drag this out too long. Come back next week. We will cover some of those other lists that we see. Maybe there'll be some more arguments. Maybe there won't. I don't know. But we'll look at the other top 10 exec lists when it comes to running backs and wide receivers and all that good stuff. And I'm sure there'll be some more conversations happening. We got World Cup final coming up here in a couple days. Maybe LeBron will have a decision by the time we come back, even though today he says he's not ready to reveal the next team. Got to keep that all spicy and hyped up. But it'll be end of July by the time we have this conversation. And Kelly, we're barreling closer and closer to football.
Man, where is the summer going?
It flies by.
Flies
by. If you can't tell, it's been 100 degrees every day lately. But we are getting closer and closer. I'm kind of excited to talk more about college football than I ever have been.
Oh, that's what's gearing up.
Yeah.
That right there.
Because once that hits, then
get me all fired up again. I'm going to start making lists again. Here we go.
Yeah. Because
I can't wait. You know what? I can't wait. Because I cannot wait for Matt Campbell and the Matt Campbell-led Nittany Lions to come out with all those kids that transferred in from Iowa State. No, they're a bunch of 3-star jockos and blah, blah, blah. I can't wait for this season to start.
Yeah.
I want to see Matt Campbell's team, the culture he's developing in Penn State, guys coming in, flipping their commitments because, I don't fit here, blah, blah, whatever the case is. Yeah. College football today. I cannot wait for Matt Campbell.
And then also James Franklin after they won the offseason this year.
Of course they did. It's James Franklin.
Yeah.
He will always win the presser.
Yep.
Always.
Yep.
But when it comes to micromanaging and making really tough calls on the field, he will shit the bed 100% of the fucking time.
He says, I think we won the offseason. He said at the ACC kickoff, we've done the right things. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of momentum right now, and this is the kind of thing, or the the kind of the end of that, right? All those different things, whether meet and greets in Richmond and other 7-on-7s and stuff like that, and recruiting and all that fun stuff. And there's opportunities to build and create momentum. So we won the offseason. Totally.
Funny you left that one out. Transfer portal. Funny you left that out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Here's you know what? I know
your Virginia Tech team hits the field.
Shut up. I love their intro with Enter Sandman. I think that's great. I think that's easily top 3. But here's a scoop. Everybody goes after Matt Campbell when he leaves Iowa State to go to Penn State, and he poaches some of his coaches with him, right? Nobody talks about that with James Franklin and the guys that he met with in his home in State College, trying to lure and recruit coaches and players to leave Penn State to go to Virginia Tech. But we want to dog on Matt Campbell, who's bringing a much more solid culture to Penn State. Let's dog on Matt. Oh, he took 3 or 4 of his coaches with him. James Franklin did the same frickin' thing while he was still getting paid by Penn State to go to Virginia Tech. Bring on college football, brother. I'm ready. Go time.
They don't play each other.
Bye. No, they don't. And that's a shame.
That's a shame.
That is an absolute shame. That should be a season opener. You know, Virginia Tech keeps bouncing around. Yeah. We can't play this school. Like they got rid of somebody on their schedule because there was a scheduling conflict, so to speak. And they picked up some School of the Blind program. And it's like, yeah, because you don't want James to lose his openers, what you don't want.
All right, real quick, with no analysis on this whatsoever, I'm gonna go through their schedule. You tell me win-loss.
Fine.
VMI.
Win.
Old Dominion.
Win.
Maryland.
Close, but win.
Okay, so 3 wins. Boston College.
Lose.
3-1. Pittsburgh.
Lose.
3-2. California.
Win.
4-2. Georgia Tech.
Too good a coach. Lose.
4-3. Clemson.
Lose.
4-4. SMU.
Tight. Where's the game? Lose.
4-5. Stanford.
Win.
5-5. Miami.
Destroyed.
5-6. Virginia.
Win.
6-6.
Yep.
All right.
And you know how it's going to work out? 10-2. Because it's James Franklin. That's what's going to happen. And he's going to be the best thing ever in Virginia Tech. He's going to be the best thing ever in Hokie Nation. And they're going to go 10-2.
Oh, man.
And they'll be pushing for the playoffs. And they'll be doing all this bullshit. And everybody's going to be, oh, Virginia Tech. James Franklin.
You got to love it.
Big games, James. Big games, James.
Thanks for joining us. Hope you guys have a great week. Stay safe. Love you.
They know the game, but they're keeping it fun. Poking fun at the stats, they're second to none. From fantasy